How's it going, gamers? It's the Misplay for Game podcast. As always, I'm your senior yapologist, Andrew KnTElixar.
Hello, the internet. It's been a minute. It's your second favorite tournament organizer and third favorite 3v3 player, the TommyNT. How's you doing?
Speed, my mom kind of homeless. I don't have anything funny to say, so I'll just say something else funny that somebody else said.
You know that when we're out of practice for the podcast, when Marcio starts the podcast with a visual joke.
But he would do this anyway, just like...
Oh, true. My bad.
Yeah, I've forgotten how to have the funny pop-up for our logo. But, well, yeah, we've invited a guest back. It's not just us three. We decided to change things up for a bit. So,
Oh my god.
Start of the main phase, I must declare an introduction. My name's TommyNT on the sticks, and Tom, pick a card, any card.
Oh, the fourth one, please.
Fourth one.
Sorry, on your left hand.
On my left hand, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. This guy.
Hey, yo, what the
Yeah,
hell?
that one.
This card's getting banned next. Ban.
Whoa!
they were all Chitoses, weren't they?
No, it was. I'll show you. It was the.
Could I have hit Erica? Because I would have really liked to hit
Erica.
Erica.
This was what you could have won.
No! It's funny. The funniest outcome. I love that it's a Digimon podcast. It's like the only thing anyone wants to talk about is ban list. But like, God, it would be funny if Eaters got hit on the way out. Just like, what a good bit. Without any consideration, they were just like, fuck it.
Eaters, we're really sorry. We printed a really broken card. Gotta take the collateral.
Yeah, exactly.
Go back to playing Squid for 1 and hoping you see it to turn 10.
Ooh, you want to resolve Eater Eve so bad. Ooh, what if you couldn't suspend?
I think it's one of those where like even if we ban like all the Hoodie, it's not just like Eaters that would get collapsed, right? Like any theoretical Justimon deck that's using Ryuji gets collateral.
Yeah.
What are the other ones that are like people splashing into?
Shakumon, like actual Shakumon DNA deck would get hosed if Chitose got hit.
Not even Chitose. If they actually like limit the DNA Shakumon just falls apart.
Yeah. Oh, sure. I think it's
what
funny.
A shame.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's fine. Like DNA Shaku is always like crazy. I think if you ban the Anjumon, that deck gets hit in the balls.
Yeah.
But and like most of the CS piles that like need the Anjumon for drawing.
It's just to draw one. Whatever, bro. Listen, guys, welcome back to the Misplay for Game, because this is briefly a tournament, now a YouTube show. You should check out Andrew's live streams because he's been doing the games and stuff. It's
yeah,
cool.
sometimes I'll be playing the newest Digimon game and it shows up on YouTube accidentally against my will.
Yeah.
Second time we're live today.
Yeah. And then even more occasionally a winning set of Digimon card players. But Tom's here because he hasn't said it yet. TommyNT was the 2025 Bristol Regional Champion. The deck profile is out. Tom and Marcio did some stuff. They got a little creative with it.
This is a call full of winners. I've just put that together. Not a single placement less than first.
Unless you believe
regional, but
unless you believe the Fanboy 3 store page, which says Marcio and I were second and third.
Guys, who won the 3v3 at Bristol Regionals? I can't.
It was just Andrew.
Yeah,
just Andrew.
Just on my own. I am him. I am the whole team.
Dude,
amazing stuff.
Yeah, so congrats, Tom.
Congrats, you guys, everybody's the winner.
Very funny.
That trip to Bristol.
This will likely never happen again. Next time I 3v3 with these two, I will be strapping a bomb to my chest and going down blazing on a BT9 deck.
Oh yeah, that's usually my job in the Smeaton part of the
Oh my god, he's been the Meaton the whole time despite being a Smeaton.
Yeah. Turns out he was the one holding up the agency.
Yeah, when we hire you on a temp-based contract, your contract says win 90% of your games and we will get you a top 4.
Oh man. But yeah, we're gonna talk Bristol. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Fanboy 3 event, because this is also the first podcast since we finished the Villains Anonymous Fanboy 3 X10Ks tournament.
Yeah.
Very hype.
It was really cool to see playmat just on the Bristol regional final. It's like, oh well.
Yeah. Having just come from Darksphere this weekend, we were a bigger event. So, don't know what to say.
Uh-oh.
It was a weird one. Darkspear was fine, but listen, fanboys, the Misplay event was huge. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about BT23 because it's kind of like the first one we've done in a while.
Yeah, should we start off with the Bristol? I mean, like some other podcasts will do like, how did you do it locals?
We can do it in order, right? Like we can do it like we start with
chronologically.
No. Recency bias.
Nah,
Get your thumbs ready, click farmers.
We're just going to be glazing me regardless.
Hey,
right?
yo.
Yeah,
on the bonus
5
content. Gotta pay for that.
wait, are you streaming twice on? Do you have 2 YouTube?
Oh,
Like-
is it doing the thing again?
Yeah, I think.
Are we still streaming Shambhala?
I think you have 2 YouTube
you are
streams.
still streaming Shambhala as well, brother.
That's so peak. Well,
It's okay. There are 7 people watching the right one and 2 people watching the wrong one. Bless you, those 2 people.
all right, I'm gonna send them a link. But yeah, I think we should do Bristol first.
All right.
For no particular reason.
For no particular reason.
Well, I spoiled it then. Dang.
What, that we all came away with truly equal levels of
Well, for
success.
the people tuning in now.
Sorry, hi people that are coming over from the other
Yeah.
stream. No, listen, guys, we're so out of practice. No, it's hype. So Jambo got first in Swiss. You won the whole thing. So big shout outs to Manchester Digimon.
I was like hate supporting Gem. I was like, your list sucks, and I hope you lose in Top Cut.
Jambo had if it was a 1-day event, Jambo could have won that. Like the games I watched Jambo play, he was on some like gentle hand of God Diego Maradona shit. Like it was outrageous the things he was doing. I've never seen somebody just flatline people in Digimon like that. Like spoilers for the finals of Tom's matches in like the grand finals of Bristol, because I think you collectively played 6 turns of Digimon for your finals win.
Something like that, yeah.
But Jambo had that 7 rounds.
Yeah, I've never actually
it was
seen
outrageous.
I've genuinely never actually seen like a flu game in a card game, because like you talk about it all the time in sports, like flu
he
games
was Jordan
exist.
right there.
Like me and Trix had the pleasure of being in the car with Jambo for 5 hours as we took him down to Bristol. That man was struggling. Like I gave him an orange, and like after the first bite, he turned to me and was like, I feel like Popeye after he's just done a can of spinach, and he was just on oranges the whole weekend. And then he got home and died.
Yeah. Nah, completely crazy.
You could see the adrenaline leave his body after he lost the Tricks, because he just like got up and then he just looked like he'd been to war.
Yeah.
He just sat down.
The reason to stay had left him, and nobody was going to KFC with him.
Put him out of his misery, He needed a break. He needed to sit one out.
A break from his 1.5 hours of play across 2 days.
Yeah, seriously. I had longer matches.
I think Bristol was kind of interesting because like I think there were like 2 camps of like Hoodie players, which were like the people that had like, I wouldn't call it an unrefined list, but I would say people that were just playing Hoodie cards in their deck because like the deck was objectively better than some other decks in the room. And then there was like a handful of people that were like, I've been playing this deck for like 20 years. You don't even know the shit that I'm on. I'm going to smoke you, and it's not even going to be close. I know things about this deck that, are inconceivable. And then there are people that are like, yeah, I picked up the deck yesterday because it's really good.
That was my round 1.
Met a couple of my round 1 OTK'd me doing that.
Even like, I think
he's like,
like,
my locals hate when I play this, and I'm like,
yeah, I can't play my deck at locals because my team, my local opponents, I have to appease to the masses. I think like it was really funny because like we were like me, Trix, and Jambo. We were the only 3 of our group on Hoodie, right?
Kesso as well.
Kess as well.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
And
Derek. Yeah,
Derek
Derek
was playing.
Derek ended up not
but Derek was
taking
playing his like weird fucked up Jimmy Ken list or whatever the fuck he was up to.
Yeah,
like,
he was just playing a Memsider because he wanted to, I suppose. Just like
Memsider was really funny though. Like in
dude,
theory,
he triggered the main to revert. It was evil.
to keep
But
my
he
run,
was playing Devimon as well to free play it.
yeah.
He lost me
that's
on that
trolling.
one.
To keep like my run short, I was basically like, I'm pretty confident in the list, but we got back like pretty late, and then we went to bed even later, and I hadn't had any food, so I was like running on fumes. And I was like, well, even if I don't do well, I'm pretty sure like Trix or Jambo will make a deep run in Top Cut. And it was kind of just like the list, like the Hoodie list that we cooked up, it felt like the best deck in the room, and it wasn't even close.
Everything felt good about the list. Like I was sort of saying to people in the Digica threads where it's like, oh, should I own this? Should I cut this? Should I do blah, 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 blah? I was sort of saying to them, it's easy to say in hindsight because I won the event, but no ratio felt bad. Every ratio felt like I saw everything enough times where I don't want to say it's the perfect 50. There have been like
It's
list
damn
builds that are
close.
good.
Have you
It's
seen
like
the-
very close. You can
have you-
make like 1 or 2 adjustments.
There's a very viral clip of very popular Pokemon player Wolf Flick fielding a comment from his Twitch chat. And somebody says, wouldn't Life Orb, Tom, is an item that makes your Pokemon do more damage, but you take a little bit of damage in return? And somebody said, wouldn't Life Orb have been better on your Koraidon? And he went, quick question, how much better could it be? I won!
Yeah. With Digimon, it's like, I think the only thing about that particular version of Hoodie is that it's like 80-20 on assuming that your hand is going to be good in terms of like, maybe not 20%. I think the deck has like a 10% chance. Yeah, I would say like 10% chance that sometimes your hands are just like awkward and you have to like do fuck all, but then like you can kind of like catch up. I had like one of those games and it was like a game 3 scenario where it was like, if it was like a game 1 or game 2 scenario, wouldn't have been as bad. But like, I think the most surprising thing that I think like me and Trix were on was like the 4th Erica. A lot of people were like, oh yeah, Erica, you only need 3. But it's like the difference between like you winning or losing a game is having the Erica in the first 2 turns and resolving the Erica. Like if the Erica resolves, you are so ahead. And like playing less Ericas means you just don't resolve Erica. And I like Mimi. I really like BT1 Mimi.
It's night and day how much of a difference Erica makes to the list. Like having no off turn just puts you on like so ahead in tempo. If your opponent doesn't have it like a response on that turn to be like, I don't know, maybe they like do an amount of damage and stabilize a board, which is difficult to deal with, then yeah, that can match tempo. But putting a rookie back in racing to then go, I'm either going to hit you for 2 damage, or if you give me enough memory, or I print enough memory, I'm turning into Hoodie next turn and either closing out with Shaq or putting you under Venus and telling you can't play the game next
He's
turn.
also another really important just tamer. Like, even when you have those slow hands, like Marcio was saying, where it's like, oh man, I really can't do anything, there's a pretty good shot that at least 2 of the 5 cards in your security are going to give you a free just Zenkai boost for nothing.
I love free advantage. I think the other thing was like, the one thing that I really wanted was a 4th Shakumon, but it was like, at the time, I couldn't think of a thing to replace Shaku with. And I think like in hindsight, I could probably gamble with like bumping Comet Hammer down to 1 just for vibes. Because like it's like, yeah, I would love to do well at the event, but at the same time, it's like I don't need to get anything out of the event. I would want to just test it out because I've played like the Tessera like 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1 options before, and it was fine. So I would entertain maybe like cutting a Comet Hammer for the 4th Shack, but that's like about it in terms of what I would change.
I feel like the thing that really impressed me in the games that I've been watching, for people that are like tuning in, if you're a member, you have full access to the entire regional. It's done. It's out for public.
Good job on that, by the way,
See you
Andrew.
next week.
Clutched that up.
Yeah, like
a lot of editing and not a lot of days. Way to go.
Yeah, a lot of editing. I'm starting on the store regional stuff now. The 4th Shack missing really didn't feel like it ever came up in the games that I watched. Like, obviously the loot players need 4 because they need it, but you guys, like, it's like the clear omission is like going on 3 is like recognizing that it's not the main part of the deck, and like you guys both say in your deck profile, like, yeah, it's a good option to have if you need it, but it's not the go-to. So I can totally see why. I don't know, like we're in a format that Comet Hammer just solos like 90 decks in the room. It feels like there's no reason to cut your tour.
The main thing is like, because we decided to go towards like the 3 beta, and like I understand like a lot of people, like even the people that we cooked the list with, like were like, oh, I'm surprised you only on like 2 Tento, and like yeah, Tento Evo reduction is really nice when it's just like you have like 3 memory off of Keisuke and Tento, and then that means like you can just make Hoodie, and that's like really good. But because we were only on 3 Shaku, I just really valued the ability to add it back when I needed it to. And I think it came up like a lot for me where I was just like looping Betamon to get back the things that I needed. I don't know how much it came up for Tricks because
it came up for there was against Luke. It didn't end up matching because he scooped game 2, but I drew into my hand was like kind of slow. Looking at the footage again, if he had cleared the Shack with Levia and put me on like have an answer to this, I had the Betamon in hand to be able to go promote the Wormmon, evolve for 4 into Hoodie, play the Betamon to add the Shack back, and then do it again from there. It comes up like being able to add back not just the Digimon as well, but the options that you use means you can, in theory, recycle like the options that you want back. So if you're missing a Comet Hammer and you've used one already, you can add it back. Or the Ice Archery, which is a 1-of in the deck, is now technically multiple copies because you can just add it back and stun again against certain matchup. It just gives you that versatility of being able to recur from trash. Like the deck doesn't have that for Ice.
Ice Archery was like the other one. Oh my god, that card
What a
put in
card.
work for me.
Shout out to DHM for once again.
Tom's muted. Tom's muted.
I'm dead.
He's muted. Give him a minute, guys.
Everybody do speed face.
My bad, chat. I was reading my keyboard was making noise while I was tweeting about the fact that we're live on the show. You should follow us on anyway. Listen, if it's your guys' fault that people are aware, if you haven't seen DC1's qualifiers this week, and like the results coming out of Japan, Ice Archery is not like a cute little thing. People are like, oh, it's quietly the strongest card. Like, yeah, oh yeah, Comet Hammer. Ice Archery is broken. It's like the best one by a lot. And if you haven't seen the qualifying, we're like looking, basically every qualifying region has been at least 3 of the top 4 Hoodie for like 2 weeks. And the last week was just 2 Ice Archery, 2 Ice Archery, 2 Ice Archery. It was ridiculous. So the format has shifted, and it is now it's Ice Archery's world. We're all just living.
I think the thing with Ice Archery feels really good when you're playing against like any deck that isn't Hoodie. And then when you're playing like the Mirror, that's when you'd want like Comet Hammer and stuff for the like the Ryuji, like if you're playing against like the Loop or whatever, like the taunt setups.
Yeah.
That's when like you typically, I mean, even if you like Ice Archery out of like, even if you taunt something and you Ice Archery like the thing industry that they promote or whatever, that's still like decent value.
Yeah.
But the card shines in like the like Megazoo style matchups, like the Omnimons or
very good into Purple Hybrid.
Yeah, the Purple Hybrid matchup. The like it's the Tamer interaction that the deck didn't have. Like we didn't have Tamer interaction, and it was like a genuine weakness in the deck. And then we tested Ice Archery, and I was like, oh, my Mastemon matchup is a lot more doable.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that's interesting is like it's like a great subset for like data analysis in card games because like it is survivorship bias, right? Like Marcio just said, it's good into everything that's not Hoodie. When the Hoodies switch to that, it makes life easier for other Hoodie players. So the reason Hoodie is so dominant across their pool of best of 1 matches is because they've all switched on things to bully other decks that aren't Hoodie. So I'm not suggesting that Hoodie's not tier 0 fantastic. Don't shoot me in the head, please. I'm just saying there's a reason that every event is all Hoodie is because Hoodie crowds out everything else too. It's not just that it's that much better. It's that like the deck builders are making it harder.
I think like the other thing, like when you look at the results of like the event, you had like obviously it was like 6 Hoodies and then Rocks. And like I think what Rocks was like is kind of
Mastemon showed up weirdly.
Yeah, that was 2.
Yeah.
It sucks. I was complaining about that to TommyNT earlier.
Should we pull up the results now so people can?
Yes, the link is in live chat. The link is in live chat.
Like I think the format is like, at least for that event, it's kind of accurate to what I thought things were going to pan out to. I think Gallant not being in Hopkit is.
I think it's the right thing considering Utrecht.
It's a skill issue. It's
I
not
think a bit of it is like there's a lot of Gallimon is like the kind of deck that like everybody can cook, but like you need to be like that top like X% to like really like push the deck. And I think like NA has better Gallimon players than EU, at least the UK. But like the Rocks, I think is like, I don't think Rocks is bad. Okay, like, but
great.
My thing with Rocks is like, if I'm going to play like an OTK deck that is not even a real OTK deck, and I think what I'm trying to get is I think people brought Rocks because like people hadn't had a chance to play Rocks. I don't. Rocks is,
if there was an EX10 regional, I don't think it would have been 3 of top 16 either.
I think Rocks is like aggressively okay. I think it's the fairest deck in like tier 1.5 or whatever. Like, yeah, tumble looping is like crazy and all, but like, dude, they fucking Omeka. Like, how do you beat Omeka with Rocks? You just don't.
Yeah, I mean that's just like having a bad matchup, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I think the notable thing is that it does okay into Hoodie mode because rather than try and contest the board it presents, it instead challenges it to a rat race and goes, "Can you kill me before I kill you?" And sometimes that's
the answer was overwhelmingly yes.
no. Oh yes,
I mean,
even. Oh yeah. They got frustrated.
Harry is right. Like, if the Rocks
it's Red
players want,
Gatsu.
it's like Red Gotsu or Zopher, but like they're not gonna play that.
I've seen the Gatsu, but I mean, you're right that the other thing is that people just wanted to play their EX10 deck at least once at an event.
Yeah.
So
It's also
however,
is
I,
one of the
but
other-
you-
yeah,
it's a
it's
real
very-
simple game plan for 9.
What I will say is that opposite. It's like the Beelzemon player that made it.
real ones remember the Misplay for
I
Game
said-
Discord
he said-
flaming the shit out of us for saying that Beelzemon was good enough to top, and that
Beelzemon
purple
is good.
surely purple was dead because Gallantmon was good. And here, the fucking very next event, top
This looks high, by
16.
the way.
This list
And
was crazy, by the way. He's a crackhead for
Cobb,
this.
dude. He's the kid. Take
I
one,
think-
make
Wait.
one. Real
This
ones know.
list isn't even correct. Wait, this egg is wrong.
Oh, they assumed he was on
Yeah,
Yarmon.
any
Oh.
normal person would assume that Yarmon is the egg, but no, this guy
It's
was
Yarmon,
on.
right?
He's on
We don't-
Pokemon,
Bagra.
right?
It was
Yeah, 'cause-
BT.
Because Bozo
Three?
Beals was good. Play the clip, chat. I was right the whole fucking time.
I will say that like this is like a skill testing to like the player. Like the Ukomon Pagu shit, like the aggro Beals or whatever is
It's
like
so funny.
it's neat. I think this list was pretty good for the event, but I think what this list wasn't prepared for was exactly like the loop player, because this list is a lot worse into loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like some of the lists, like my personal like Beals list and some of the other lists that I've seen that are like more well-rounded are a lot better into the loop, because like you don't have to like do small increments of mill. You get like one big like mill turn, and that's enough to like not lose to the loop. Whereas like this version is just like, oh,
Well, I
Yeah.
think the notable thing when I saw the video top 16 was that milling off either the new Impmon or is it the blast mode shoots the Hoodiemon before it gets a chance to like resolve all its
Yeah.
threats. So
yeah.
it's a luck sack kind of thing where like if you mill the correct Impmon.
So is the Royal Knights with Crimson
like,
Blaze, though, right?
so- It's Beelzemon, right? You're playing
Yeah.
for the luck sack and you're like aggressively milling, and the Impmons that you're putting out is like what mill 2 off the Impmon, mill 2 off the Pagumon, right? Or is it
That's
mill
the thing, right?
Yeah.
Having the on deletion Impmon like on board means like you just mill on the opponent's turn and like, oh, I milled the Impmon that pops a force, I'll kill your hoodie.
Yeah. Or even like a Deathlinger to mess with like
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah,
of the-
This list makes sense. Like this version of the deck like makes sense in terms of like having like the Pagu and the Uko for just like more aggressive turns. But I think like as the format develops, I think a more like normal build of Beelzemon would be a bit better.
Yeah,
But
I don't think
like,
you could take this to a second event if there was a second like
I
PK
don't
event.
know if I agree. I think the thing is, and obviously it's going to be different with Sakuyamon coming out, right? The format is going to change. But pre-Sakuyamon BT23, I think is going to homogenize even more. I actually don't think we've seen the Hoodie peak yet.
I think I wouldn't even be worried. Like Sakuya's like, he said, I'm kind of thinking about like
I'm just saying
Zeph.
because that's a different format. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking about Zeph because like if the metagame introduces a bot deck, okay, yeah, Zeph loses to hoodies right now. And like
I'm sorry, Zeph's not doing anything.
I don't necessarily agree. I think the
I-
hoodie matchup is pretty bad, but the
It's
matchup
miserable, bro.
Right, but Hoodie's
Everything
going
else
to
is really
keep
good.
getting better.
Yeah.
Like the thing isn't that Beelz or like that Zeph will skate by. Like this is the best Beelzemon placement that we're gonna get this format, because real Beels doesn't get to hang with the big dogs. Sacking Hoodie is your only way out, and like every player, like you have to actually ask yourself, why am I not playing Hoodie? That's
think-
BT23.
on East like Noose video, he was kind of spot on where like aggro is better at the beginning of a format, and then like as the control decks get established, like the control decks will find.
Hoodie is also a control deck,
Yeah,
Yes,
it's already
that's the
playing.
thing, right?
so it's never gonna fall off.
Yeah.
But
It's
what
good
I mean,
now. It'll be good then.
what I mean is like it's Royals. there's like for Royals, I think like at the European stage where we're gonna get like Europe's best Royal players from all the different
They'll do
countries.
well.
Like the Hoodie players need to tap the frick in to like beat Royals because that matchup is not easy. And Royals like has a ton of matchups where it's just like you do not interact with me in the way that matters. I will BT13
True.
Omni you and it's wraps. I secretly think that like Royals is like maybe I'm tempted to say I think Royals is the best deck in the format.
He's wrong.
But-
He's wrong, and this is bait because Marcio plays Hoodie and put a deck profile out. He is nobody in history downplays their shit better than KBeeDS. Nobody in history does.
He's saying Royals is best deck in format. Does not mean that I think Hoodie is worse. Sorry, like
Crazy statement.
Me when I make up
Mark,
a
I'm
new
not
language.
kidding when I say this. If your opinion isn't Hoodie is tier 0, you are down.
No, Hoodie
There's
is not
no
tier
way
0.
you can look at the numbers.
It's not tier 0.
The Hoodie, like-
we're not there yet.
No, Hoodiemon.
We're not there yet.
Hoodie
We're
Mon
close.
archetype is
Are we
dead.
going to
Look at the
Numemon was
numbers,
a-
gang. It's
Numemon was
already
everywhere,
that
though.
bad.
Are we going to
Numemon
have
was-
any more tournaments before?
No, actually, this is
No.
the last. This is
So-
literally
This is the last one.
So we'll have no way of proving this. We're just gonna argue with
Does
each other.
NA have any tournaments
We're baiting you,
before?
chat.
I don't think so, right? Because Dallas was
Hold
Dallas.
on.
No, they got Vegas, right? Yeah,
No.
they got Vegas.
Wait,
no.
isn't that last weekend? No, that's this weekend. You're right.
Yeah.
Where's the
Yeah, it's this
calendar?
weekend.
I need to see the calendar.
It's on the. I know it's on the Instagram. Let's see.
No, Chad,
Yeah,
it's
I
so
have.
cooked. Oh wait, no, hold on. Next week there's an Australian tournament. There's also
Damn, they got
two in
two?
Chile.
Wait, Australia got 2 in one block.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
No, because the previous tournament was EX10. It
Oh
wasn't.
yeah,
it
they
wasn't
did get an EX10.
Honestly, it's
yeah.
because they had DGO. I just kind of forgot.
It was that like format where it's like post DGO pre 23.
Yeah, and then there's also the Chilean one.
So we have North America on December 7th, Chile on the 29th, Oceania on the 29th, and then there's also
There's an NA online Ulti Cup the same day as a UNET.
wait, there's a regional in Germany on
Yeah,
the
it's the LCQ, Marcia.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, so I still think we're gonna get a lot of data before Euros, and I
Yes.
think like
Yeah,
it
and
will not
Royals will
be-
do better than just Harry being the only one in top 16. That is 100% true.
Dude, it's so funny
Okay.
that we had so many opportunities for podcast guests. Like, damn, what a crazy run! And it's like I guess trickling down
Dude,
the
window.
pecking order.
Yeah,
Um,
Liam was like, "You guys ever gonna have me on?" I was like, "I beat Tom."
I'm sorry, did you win original? No.
Let the record show though. TommyNT, of all the people you played this weekend, did you lose to anyone from Manchester?
I lost to Liam. He cut my ass, I think.
That's
I
all
can't
it
remember.
is. I can't remember exactly how it went, but I think the
something
record
along the
says
lines
that.
of he beat me, I beat
Yeah,
him, he beat me.
There you go. There's your clip.
Yeah.
Royals is Bediff, but if you lose the Hoodie, game is game. I hear you, man.
I think it's like a
man.
I've had similar sentiments to Marcio where I don't think it's the best deck in the game, but I think it's the best one that competes with Hoodie, and that's what puts it like.
I'll give it that.
I think these
I've
are the
played a
two
bunch of
front
stuff.
runners.
You have to build it right though. You can't just like slap general Raw Knights and be like that.
I hate Drizzle. If you play King Drizzle, you're behind. If you're playing King Drizzle and Examon and a bunch of like dog shit cards, you're behind.
The thing with Hoodie, and the reason if you, for the sake of our show, I'll give you that Hoodie could conceptually not be tier 0. But if for Royal Knights to have been better than Hoodie needed to have not been given 5 custom delay setting option cards that out the Royal Knights in any scenario there might possibly. You go Ice Archery to beat the Craniumons. You go frickin' Crescent Leaf to like sack the medievals. Like it's just ridiculous, man.
Okay, that's the other thing. I think I don't want to test Crescent Leaf, but there's like a world
there
where
are uses for it.
There's a world where it's like not horrible, but like
name one world.
Like on the Shack.
Name one world. Oh, come on, Doctor Strange.
Like when you taunt something with Shack, when it's like a single stack, you can like
name one world.
Anyway,
yeah, like bottom deck of the Omega really matters.
Listen, Royals is good, man. I played it at Dark Sphere this weekend and it's broken and it's easy. But like the problem isn't that like I don't believe in Royal Knights. I think Royal Knights will probably win a regional before the next ban list. I'll say that very comfortably. I just don't think Like, there's no way. And I'm not just talking about Western regionals, because that's the other thing, right? Like, we're coming to Worlds season, right? We got to talk about the Japanese and Chinese players and the Southeast Asian players.
You don't talk about downplaying. Bagra is fucking broken, by the way.
I know, but he doesn't say it's not. He doesn't say it's not.
I have been saying that deck's broken for ages. You guys just didn't believe me. You thought I was shit posting.
I didn't have the car.
Marcio, 12 of the last top 16 at all DC1s are Hoodie.
You mean Bagra?
12 of the top 16.
Wait, Hoodie or Bagra?
Hoodie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bagra's just dipping them anyway.
The past top 16 of every top 4 the last like week and a half is Hoodie-mon.
Okay, but
it's worse than Numemon was.
New toy syndrome or whatever. What do the kids say? Japan new toy
syndrome?
Something
6-7.
Yeah. 21.
Yeah, oh, dude, I do. Anyway,
thoughts about Jesmon? Don't play Ganku X.
Yeah, there's gonna be a branching view on that.
The Ganku X build did better than the pure build for what it's worth.
But did it top?
It got an invite.
He did get an invite thanks to 7 people.
However, let's say that we took Gankulus to the event. We probably would have done
worse
than
Hoodie-mon.
No, the thing with Jesmon is peak, bro.
Why are you playing Jesmon if you could play Hoodie-mon, right?
Because Jesmon makes a board on turn 2, and then it puts the opponent on like outlist.
Tom finished his game on turn 2.
Yeah, but
turn 3, my
Tom,
bad.
I'll be honest. In the 3v3, the amount of times I was going, all right, I'm gonna have to mulligan here, and then I go, oh, sick! I opened the God Hand, and I go, rookie, you are mono. Marcio goes, yeah, my game's done. Let's look at him like
the control player when the aggro player finished the game first.
It's not fair, bro. Just on turn 2.
I'm on turn 1, and he's like, yeah, game's over.
Yeah,
I won.
You just 4 guys on turn 2 and tell the opponent to play the game. Chances are they can't.
I agree. I'm not listen, I'm a Ganku hater. I think that card's I would like it gone separately, but I also
if they hit it, I would not be.
But I'm not. I just Jesmon's cool, man. The fuck are we doing here? We're talking about the Little League.
Jesmon is so good right now.
My kid is sick at Little League baseball, dude. He's gonna be a pro one day.
Euros, the finest Italian Jesmon players are gonna come out of the woodwork
and get sacked by the Royal Knights, who are playing 4 Crimson Blazes.
No, it doesn't matter. You just dove them for like 3 checks.
I don't know.
What are they gonna do? Alphamon you? Okay, weird.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Whatever, little bro.
It's so funny, it's like listen, I'm not a doomer. I actually think these kinds of formats are really fun.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would.
I wish I got to play EX10.
If you are playing a honest to God, legit meta deck, I think the format is sick. If you're playing any amount of dog ass, you are never having a chat. I don't care how cool your DM Rasenmon deck is. I'm sorry, that's just not hanging out.
I saw the homie Chaos Uchi a thingy.
Yeah.
Dark Sphere.
What was he on?
Imperial. He was like blue and green. He's the homie. I God love that guy. But he came up to me when we were in the line getting registered in. He's like, I got a friend playing DM. And I was like, oh yeah? He's like, I'm on he's on some slick tech. Nobody's ever used this card. And I was like, oh yeah. And I first try, no scope. Is he playing the promo Black or Gray? The one that unsuspends fighters?
Yeah.
Do you know about that? And that's like, if you look under the big rock that we're all on, there's actually a lot of fun little bugs to hang out with down here in the dirt. But everyone else is up there on the mountain.
V2 is not one of them. V2
is not one though. Oh my god, V2. We talk about the V2 list that got top 8.
Okay,
I think that list is heat. Machine is the worst card in V2.
No. Machine just is too slow right now.
It's the worst card in V2.
How could it be too slow right now? It was winning events last set.
No, but this is
because of Hoodie,
right? Is a broken custom card.
This is peak, right? This is here's Valimon, the best common they've ever printed in EX10, and then let's just customize our top end to deal with everything.
Yeah, but Invisimon does deal with everything Metal Mamimon can't beat. Invisimon beats.
So my only issue with V2 is that it has a god awful rocks matchup. It's actually just unfucking playable. The most you can do, because they did Digivolve and can Digivolve multiple times. So you'd have to hope they don't get double the Digivolve, and then you have to commit a 6 like Lord Knight, it has to get the Digivolved, and then you have to hope they don't have another source of the Digivolve,
Yeah.
and then the Puppet Ace smokes rocks.
Yes, it
Sort of,
does.
sometimes.
Also, it depends. It just really depends on who's faster. One of the things that we get to see in Bristol Regional like footage is that like if rocks open slow, Vardemon means close never sticks.
Yeah.
Like
Yes,
never sticks.
the problem is like you're not killing fast enough, and like there are certain things in security that you just have no control over. Like fucking Emblem, you just lose if you check Emblem.
Yeah, but that's why like he played the Vardemon control. Like he never swung unless he had to. He basically just put them on like the you're never like, oh, nice emblem. That's stuck on board for the whole game.
Yeah,
You
but
are
the problem
never
is,
getting this.
I don't disagree. You just the thing is with Vade, you have to swing to trigger the bounce, so you're still risking.
Yeah, so by swinging to move the close,
Yeah,
you
I
get an
guess,
emblem.
but
do-
in theory, you have a vet. You just keep a veggie.
You
in
just
hand,
yeah,
and
your
the
veggie
just
hand then
bounces it.
gets rid of the other one, right?
What
The
I
whole
do-
point. The whole
what I
point is that
really
you're never letting the closest stick the board because you always have the backup.
What
It's
I
just
really like is the inclusion of the medieval. I think is like pretty good.
Yeah, it's a fun tech because you can go wider. Well, enough that it helps.
Like yeah, medieval is like, oh my
Me-
god, guys,
it's medieval-
expensive card.
Medieval, you go Mame. The first time I saw this resolve was like a dude on DCGO, like pre-patch DCGO on EX10, and he went Mamemon, spit out the second Bozo, and then instead of evolving the Mamemon and losing the ace target, he just played medieval to end the turn. I was like, oh,
What does the
dang,
Mame do
that's-
again?
Mamemon is reveal the top cards of your deck, play DM cards with play cost collective to your face down sources.
Yeah,
And it can
it
play
starts at
analog
level.
youths. It can do this card. This card is like the guy in your V1 DM decks because he's nuts.
Yeah,
But he's also collision, by the way, so you can use him in like really egregious ways. But he's also when attacking Digivolve, so like it just shores up a bunch of the issues you keep having with like it's great in the mirror. It just
I think like Mame is like
oh, you
okay.
evolve Metal Mame over Mame.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what is it? Mame in name?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
archetype support. Yeah,
Mamemon costs 1 or level 4 with DM costs 3.
yeah. That
Jesus
particular
Christ.
interaction of Mame into Metal Mame is like the way that you make the Omnimon Alter S DM deck work. Is by being allowed to mix V1 and V5, V2 so easily. You get really good Alter S stuff. But yeah, like the Mamemon, Metal Mamemon. Marcio, I have this built right there on the floor. It's fantastic. If I was going to another event this week, I'd probably try DM.
The thing with DM is like if you get sacked against like the version 2, it has so many little ways to like fix like you getting sacked. Sometimes it's just like, oh, I had to swing and they got a thing that I don't have an interaction with, and I'm fucked now.
But like that's why Veggie is broken. Like they said it a
Well,
second ago.
yeah.
Like if the thing that sacks you is a deletion, you have fragment. If it's a tamer, you Veggie. Like
I do
we had
really
Seb in the
like-
chat a second ago talking about Lord Knight Veggie. Bro, cut the middleman out. Just play the fucking thing for 3.
I really like the Invisi here because like one of the things that you get to do is like the Invisi being a 6 security means that like you're never dying to rocks. Like that was one of the plays that I saw was like because he healed 1, he could never die because he always had the extra security. And it was like a tie on screen, but had he had like one more turn, he would have won off of like the Invisi coming down. But like we've also seen in the Netherlands event that the Lord Knight version just get like second, and it was like Lord Knight plus what was the other 6 that they played?
Oh my god, brain damage.
Oh, Justy. It was
Just one.
Lord Knight and Justy.
Okay, yeah, the black.
Which I'm really surprised this guy wasn't playing, right? Because like
Actually,
Justy-
it's
this one
just so
is-
much more control here. Like there's no meat.
no, but the
right?
Justy's
This
but the
is
just
Justy's a
Vardemon.
control card.
Yeah,
This is 2 copies of analog. Or sorry, Digimon Emperor for God's sake,
the
right? Like,
Justy doesn't say Digivolve.
No, but-
No,
No,
Yeah,
but
but
the
the
Justy
Justy
takes
also
delays.
doesn't say the Justy also doesn't say to your Digimon can't evolve. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
valid, but like looking at the 6s, we got Digivolve and fuck
And
up into
Tamers,
security.
too. It hits the
Digivolve,
Erica's.
lock,
Yeah.
Digivolve, like
But taking away resources is really important in my opinion. Like taking out the delays that are like the last few things of like comeback potential. Like
Yeah.
taking away like scrambles or boosts or whatever from the opponent to me seems kind of crazy. But I mean,
I mean,
I
it
think
seems like he didn't need it.
yeah, I think the core is like good enough that it doesn't. Well, it does matter. It matters a lot what you put on top, but like
yeah,
as long as
this
your
kind of
purpose
control style has a place. Also, Ice Wall.
yeah. I do like the Digimon Emperors.
Yeah,
The
5-Class
Emperor as
Emperor
well.
once again coming up because like the cool thing is like being able to disrupt the trash matters a lot against Betamon. So like being able to deny that thing they'll get back later is really strong.
It's also like
He has to
against-
return Digimon cards, so you can't return options, but like you have to make them choose. Like, do I give them something else? Like you narrow their option, right? So like if they can only Betamon to pick back up a Comet Hammer, you reduce the amount of times they have to pick up Angemon. So you have a ton of flexibility. And then the colors in V2 line up really well in the Hoodie matchup. You have green, you have black, you have blue.
It's a multicolored deck playing a card that like does well into multicolored decks.
Yeah.
It's also like taking away a Hoodie stops like the Wormons evolving from trash, and then it means that you also get a veggie for free because it's green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually matters a lot.
I spent the first, before I ended up just playing Harry's list, but the first Roll Knights list I had, I was playing the EX10 Digimon Emperor in that. Partly because like it's cool to have spot removal, and I thought the extra memory was nice. The other thing is like against Hoodie and against Rocks, it free plays Magnamon.
I don't know how I feel about the analog youths though. I mean, it worked out for him. The guy got top.
It's for dig. I think it's just for dig. It's for dig.
Yeah, if you're not playing meat and protein, you don't mind trashing those options. So
yeah.
Yeah, it was really sick how he'd use it. It was just a really effective way because he wasn't really swinging the Vademons unless he had to. It was like establish Vademon, and it was a training basically. It, like free advantage sets up a veggie if you find it. There was basically no bad pickups off of it. And if you did, God forbid, ever actually remove the Vade in a way that mattered, Lamau, free memory, please.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty fricked up.
The new list. Do you want to look at the Mastemon list?
I hate the Mastemon. They're actually, I said it wrong a minute ago. Mastemon is as represented as Rocks. There's just one green Mastemon because of lineage.
Yeah, I actually couldn't find Liam for a second. I was really.
But yes, there was top 4 Veer, top 16 with Jam Fox, and top 16 with Shinny Carry. The 2 yellow base ones are more like the kind of homogenized standard pieces that you would expect. The Repamon tech picking up and staying in the place. There are like a couple like notable differences. The list that got 16th, okay. The list that got 16th is playing the start of main Salamon, like the on play like evolved from trash Salamon. Whereas the list that got 4th didn't. It's too small of a sample size for me to feel comfortable saying one's just better than the other because of that. But it is cool, and like Marcy said, I mean, this is nice.
The difference between 16th and 4th is like quite.
It's 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Right. I think like with Mastemon, my only issue with this deck is like it's just like a turn too slow. Like the opponent has to like actively like want to like chip you in security for you to get stuff for free.
I 100% disagree. I think it's okay. It's a turn too slow. You don't find Patamon.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like if they find the Patamon, obviously like I'm disregarding Patamon because that card's a fucking criminal. Like obviously, if they have Patamon,
I forgot about you little shit. We'll get you one day.
Patamon fixes the entire deck. Like Patamon's just like, oh my god, I get a free Evo and a draw and a security rig and a sir. It's just like, yeah, the Patamon is unbelievable if it goes off. But the games that they don't have Patamon, then it's just like, if you chip them and they get stuff for free, then it's just like, oh my god, man, the meaty.
And tamers in security.
I like the security minus Gatomon, the adventure card.
Yes,
somebody explained this to me. It saw some success in one of the big Chinese super tamer battles, like the 240-man event ones. The cool part is the ability to sneak that little feller into security real easy. And then it just on its own stops you getting killed by Hoodie.
Dario was using it against me in testing last night, I think, or the night before. It's pretty good. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
and he got second at the Soul region. So
also the ESS is like not horrible.
Yeah, that's true. The minus shrink is nice because it.
A card that actually pisses me off is a fucking Repamon. Oh my god, that card's so annoying.
I think it's funny that this went from like, isn't that cute? It's a holy beast to Repamon.
Anyway, -6.
Yeah, I can't, but like, and the other thing, it's the same when attacking. So like Marcia said, like the things that we used to do to deal with Mastemon, where beat the tamer cards, try not to chip them, and out their shrinky little or like floodgate them to stop them comboing you infinitely. And good luck with that now. Truly good luck.
That's the thing with Mast. It's like an infinite like attrition deck. Like if you don't end the game, they will play the game forever.
And like You know how you used to be able to somewhat sack Mastemon? Like, you'd be able to be like, like, as long as we just stay here, like, a certain amount of their resources are locked up in security. Like, they aren't immediately threatening you on board. They have some things they have to worry about. It's like, I watched Mastemon games last weekend where they DNA'd, burned everyone to 3, and got 2 free Gatomons. Like, it doesn't seem right, but when it happens, it's the best. Like oh, this is contentious. When this deck high rolls you, I think this is the most unfair high roll in.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think like when like the CS Misplay when they high roll you, it's just like whatever.
You're
when
dead.
this like high rolls me, it's like, oh, not only am I getting high rolled by like Misplay, but they also get to play the game infinitely.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Like I'm not dead. I
They
just
choose
can't
how to
play.
do you. They're like, do I? Very fun. I can either OTK you, I end on Ordine and cook you, or I end on Ruin Mode and turn skip you.
It's just it's
The fact that it
diabolical.
sets your security to a set amount means there's no amount of like, oh yeah, you know, I can try and set up my security. I can try and play defensive. It's like, thanks for showing up. We're going critical. It's like, all right, awesome. But
it's the fact they can customize your security as well, because they can just put any time their security gets removed, they'll put your body to the bottom. Then they'll go promo Mastemon, nice tamer, put that to the bottom, put it on the top. I'll do another promo Mastemon, put another tamer to the bottom, and now all of a sudden I'm not scared of security because I just customize what's in there.
Yeah, I know Gatomon, Mire. Good luck, bozo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right, but here we are. You know what is funny? This has been the little deck that couldn't for so long, and all it takes is a good secret rare. That's
finally,
just Digimon.
the other starter deck, DNA deck, has caught up to
I don't.
Big
the thing that
Imperial.
pisses me off the most is like, why does she have barrier?
It's crazy.
She
Barrier partition is the most bricked up 2 combination keyword.
I'm just like,
it shouldn't have been
so
accepted.
awesome.
Yeah, you'd never catch me playing a deck with that.
Never.
Well, you don't actually have partition. You have like
Exactly. That's why you never catch me.
Sorry,
Yeah,
our
half
partition only plays our Hoodie.
You know, it only plays one body. Ignore the fact that I can do it off of battle.
My last round opponent at Dark Sphere was a really nice guy. It was a Hoodie matchup that I could not. I threw a lethal and then couldn't successfully finish it, so it ended up in a draw. But we were talking about it and like playing the match out. Super chill dude. Shouts to Irvine. But the end of that match was 4 turns in a row where he went, I can't play any more Tamers. Because he had 8 Tamers down and he was at 10 memory every turn. And I was like, dang. Yeah, the hungry stay hungry and the rich get richer.
But yeah.
Crazy.
What other deck? I think we could look at rocks.
Let's talk about rocks. The Top 16 replay list I've seen is pretty cool.
Can we purposely avoid
top 8
Harry's
is the
deck,
one
by the way?
I know we've talked about it a bunch, right?
No. Like, we just like don't show the list. We just don't give him the satisfaction.
I have not.
We've
not done the Royal Knights deck profile. We did cross art.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got the wrong one. It's the top 8 one has the Gatsumon tech.
I can't grief him. Oh well. All right. Wow, this is rocks.
It's a bit rich to be saying that to a top 8 player. What did you place Matthew?
Hey, you got second in the 3v3.
I got first.
You're right.
Sorry, you got second.
I think he got third actually.
Wait, are you third or am I third? I don't remember the post. It doesn't matter. Hey, look, Gatsumon.
Oh fuck! Every fucking dude, don't make me do this.
Yo, nice token, bro. Nice token.
Nice token.
You get that from Civ?
Do you have one of these?
I have. Hold on. You've had a good year this year. We'll see if it keeps up, buddy. I'm consistent.
Bro, praying on your downfall.
Next year, we'll see if you can handle the time. Yeah.
I'm quitting the game to play Riftbound.
Yeah, forget the year TommyNT has had, because obviously, you know, you also were the highest placing British player at Nats last year. 5 weeks to topping champions playmats is very funny. Like, just a hilarious outcome that I would have, you know, feels like something you had to write as a joke.
If you told me I won back-to-back tournaments in a row, I would have.
It'd be like locals, yeah.
Yeah, you mean like locals, right?
Like Wednesday, then Monday.
I mean, I'm pretty good at gestures sometimes. But like,
yeah,
as you say so.
Do we want to talk about rocks?
I mean, it was playing 2 Uko. Wow, this one's playing 3 Uko.
No, the Gatsumon is the deck we talked about earlier, but the the fun thing in this one is I've seen a couple people actually cut scrambles. I think that's crazy. I don't think you should be cutting scrambles. I know that.
And Griefus, son, you have an invite. Yeah, you sure do.
The what's it called? What's the Bagra card called? Blastmon. I've seen enough people trying to cheat with the
with Gravel Hearts.
Gravel Heart and Blastmon.
Blast is neat. Like,
shout out to the OPE judges who have read these cards before.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people trying to do some sneaky stuff. Don't listen, guys. Europe doesn't get online events because we have a reputation. Maybe start being nice, okay?
I'm just like, okay, so we played.
The problem is we've invented the wheel on the first go, and it was nothing really. So like, yeah,
we didn't invent anything. God gave us a pre-built deck profile on the Bandai website, and it was pretty good.
They gave us an IKEA wheel.
I was popping off because I got 18th at the Dark Sphere thing, so they gave me a bunch of packs. They just give away packs random. I don't understand how that store makes.
Oh, did you get to do the duck betting?
Yeah, I did get to do the duck betting.
Hell yeah.
I got 2 EX10 packs and 6 PT23 packs, and I pulled a color border, 2 SRs, and an alt-art Belfamon Rage mode. I was like, I did better than the guy that won. Anyway, but I pulled another magnetic, and I was like, oh, I'm almost there. Without making any effort, I too could be a Rocks player.
I'm just like, this deck is like, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, I think this is actually the floor for the format of like topping deck.
Yeah.
I think like people like to say it's like Gallantmon, or they would like to say it's like you have to have a way to beat Mega Knight or whatever. I actually think this is the baseline of like, it's kind of them, but it's like Tom said before, right? Like every matchup is a bad one or a good one. It's like Roll Knights, you're screwed, but you're supposed to be screwed. You're playing Rocks.
I think the funniest thing,
I
think the funniest thing is like there was like no Omni representation. There was so many like dudes that are just fucking love Agrumon me, and then like the only Omni deck that was successful the entire weekend was the 50 that you pill at 2 a.m.
I'd seen 5 lists on Twitter. I've been yelling at people that the Sumemon is bad, but nobody.
Okay, it's not that it's bad.
It's just worse. That's all it is.
It doesn't
not
high
bad,
roll.
It's just worse.
Your list has high roll.
Yeah.
Their list is like draws more cards.
Bro, I'm playing Omnimon. I'm trying to high roll.
I fought an Omnimon in bracket, but I also fought like the gas build for like that Alex.
Okay.
Oh yeah, gas is not dead.
I'm still mad that he beat me in Swiss. Didn't get top 16, but I did.
Wait, but
what was your record? Was your record better?
He was like 19th.
Yeah,
he was on the bubble.
It was crazy.
Well then, yeah, your record was better than you had one.
Well,
less
my
loss.
record was better, sure, but like
opponent's resistances.
Come on, man.
He must have played some plumbers.
Hey, he got an invite.
If Alex, I think his name was Alex.
Yeah,
if Alex was,
yeah.
For him he would have had to be an X2. It would have just come down to resistances.
It will come down to resistance, yeah.
You needed like a ridiculous amount of you need to have like 58% to make it to you need to have it was like 58% opponent's resistances to make it into top 16.
You're gonna get to watch. I was round 2. I was table 1 at Dark Sphere. And Alex was like recording the whole thing. You're gonna get to watch me get absolutely rocked by Imperial.
Okay, first of all,
on their YouTube channel.
I'm glad that they love Gabumon, and like Gabumon is their guy, and they're like, you know, they like to.
Oh, the one alt art? Yeah.
No, just it's so like unlegible. Like, what the fuck am I looking at? Like, I understand that you have like a nice one of like some of your alts, but this is diabolical.
Of every alt, there's one in this list.
People need to stop doing this.
That's so funny, actually.
I understand the bit. The bit is really funny, but it also pisses me off.
You can only play one of the EX1 Melga. So now only one alt exclusively. It's a good bit.
I mean, it's like kind of neat. I think like
I did want to crash out about the mixed rare.
The trading scrabbles.
Yeah. Like it's one thing to have one of each alt. This is another thing.
This is like they basically were like, I got one of each starter deck, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think this. Okay, first, I still can't interpret what the list actually looks. I need to rebuild it.
How do you mean you can't
clean it up?
You promote. You go Sagittarius.
No, not that.
You
like
play
trying
a big
to, not like actually looking at the list, like the one wet dog, and then like the regular dog, like the Sagittarius.
Yeah.
It fucks me up. But Harry said something that's like got me thinking about this deck, and this deck, like once you get one of, you chain into the other one ofs.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
and it's kind of like unbelievable.
Melga is hitting critical mass. I'll go one step further. Melga is more likely to find a one of so fast and chain into the others so fast that it makes it feel like it's not inconsistent. But in fact, when you play Melga, you're like, Jesus Christ, this has to work out. Please, God, I'm building the road under me.
I'm praying to God.
Yeah. Every search, like, please, God.
This list is like kind of neat. I think something they said was the Crest Garuru was really good into Hoodie in some. I don't remember why exactly, but it was like having the bounce.
It's Alter-S. Having Alter-S is like you swing, do your 2 damage, then you partition them, and then you basically just sit on 2 undigivolvable bodies that if one of them gets DP shrunk, they just DNA into Alter-S again.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, because like you can become immune, and then when you split out, you digivolve, and then you bounce. So you digivolve the Shaku, and then you can bounce the thing so that they don't get to float, right?
Yeah, and then the blue-black ace will, like, at removal from field timing, turn into an Alter-S. So.
It's also that, like, you can kind of, like, check them early game, like, you can promote, and then if they're not doing exactly like a Hoodie loop type shit, like, you just hit them with Crest Ace, and then, like, that takes a lot of tempo away. The one thing I do not like is the Alter B. What the fuck is the Alter B doing here? Like, are we serious? Like, no, it has to be. But I hate Alter B. How do they make an Omnimon that I don't like?
Yeah, it's like
pisses me off.
It means you only have to do 2 checks with your Alter-S on suspend. Oh wait, you don't have the unsuspend. You do 2 checks and then burn the 3 security, I guess.
Some stuff.
It's cool, but like it's like a GG's I win for a scenario that you can win anyway, as I understand it. But like,
I guess you don't have to find as many Alter-S's.
Yeah, and also like if you're afraid of getting sacked, I suppose like it's one thing to have like Alter-S be immune. It's another thing to just trash the security.
I want to test this deck. I think this deck has potential. I just don't have the time. I think this deck is kind of goated.
Top 32. Yeah, does the Alter B not like clear a tamer or something, or am I?
He deletes 3 tamers or up to 3 tamers.
3 tamers.
Digimon, and then by trashing 3 level 6 or higher Digivolution card.
Yeah, but then you have to trash your aces, and then you overflow.
Yeah, but if
you have time you're ending the game.
No, but it's just so stinky.
Actually, I don't actually think this is. I think Alex's list isn't playing the end of turn attack time right? It's just EX9.
No. Yeah, so they can't even do like the finish for game. Like at that point, like it's just it burns security, right? Like I guess it gives you some lethal ranges from like certain scenarios, but
I mean, past the 10 player board better have it, right?
This is clearly like I'm just a food critic that doesn't like the dish that's being served to me. Okay,
Bristol mushrooms, and it's like I don't care that this is a staple ingredient. I need it gone.
I need it gone.
I played this deck in an Omnimon list I tried that card in an Omnimon list for a little while and thought it was fine, but it's one of those where it's like,
hate especially Omnimon.
I played it in EX9 format before we had 22 Omnimon.
Yeah,
it was just like easier access to the damage.
I think it's a super cool deck.
But
I think it's like
gas. It's different.
It's a super cool. Do we want to look at Harry's very Pog champ and not plagiarized Royal Knights list?
It was a different 50. At least one card.
Yeah, by one card.
Hey, that's one more than some people that quit this game make content around. Yeah, it's funny. We would have him on the show, but unfortunately diffed by our other talented friends. So friend of the show, DHM.
Good list. I played this yesterday.
It
is Omni. One day they'll hit Omni.
Yeah, it's really good if you find Omni 13, and it's really bad if you don't.
Yeah, it doesn't lethal as much, but because you have Hokuto, you just like draw more.
I had a game against Hoodie. Wait, what do you do? Marcus, you on play, you suspend him, you shrink a floodgate.
Yeah, you shrink
so it's just a cheaper version of the 5 cost.
Yeah, the mem setter,
You don't get mem setter.
The advantage to not having a mem setter is that your opponent has to think about how to low choke you, so the resources get weird. Whereas if you have a mem setter, they high pass you in.
Yeah. It's also that like it's all like yes, it's always red, but like it's just a cheaper to play on the turn.
Okay.
Because you don't need like the other one only gains the memory if you have like the Agumon or the whatever. This is just sometimes you can genuinely like if you have 4 memory, you can genuinely go like Marcus into like Crimson Blaze. Like something you can do is like you can play like a cheap knight that doesn't pass turn or doesn't use any amount of memory. And then you can go use your cool like literally you could go like Magna for nothing, Cool Boy gain a memory, drop the Marcus down for keep turn, and then Crimson Blaze.
I also won a game by playing the Marcus to shrink Shakumon by 3, and then Crimson Blazing the now small enough Shakumon,
Yeah.
and then stopping stuff that way.
Yeah.
And then just because this is H's list, I won't talk about this extensively, but I would love to talk about Dynasmon. We just click on Dynasmon.
No, Dynus is crazy.
Best card in the deck, Dynasmon.
Dynus is how you win the mirror.
Yeah, he is how you win the mirror. Dynasmon is how I beat basically every third game I played yesterday. You would think that he's good because he's an offensive bozo to stop the Omekamon. But what this card actually is he's an unstoppable wall that can't be broken by any means. He has barrier, so if somebody can ignore your Omekamons or the token blockers, he doesn't give a shit. You can use him as the thing that they must answer, because otherwise you'll keep recovering, so you get free Omekamons out of him. And then the real fucked up part of this card is he goes -6 to their board, and then he's a red for Crimson Blaze.
That's not even the actual, like...
I won so many games off your 12,000 DP board is gone.
The main thing for Dynus is that, like, because you have less purges and you're not playing like 4 Jesmon, the thing that Dynus does is that he is a trigger. He's a trigger for Oryuken. So then when you have to like preemptively go into a 13 Omni, like even if you still have lethal, you basically like can, as long as you get the memory back and keep turn, he triggers the Oryuken and then he's 2 checks. So he's the same amount of damage as the Jesmon. That can also trigger the Oryuken. That's like
for your lethal calculations, he is the same number of damage as a Jesmon, except he is a different name, so it helps you play them both separately.
Oh, and stop in obviously Floodgates, the Omeka. Yeah. That's like
this card's crazy though, man.
The card's really good. I think it's like the best new knight. People are like, oh my god, Examon, oh my god, Drizzle. No, the
Craniumon was good too. This card is really sick. It just like the frustrating part is the matchup it's supposed to be good in, it can't beat Ice Archery.
The thing with Crania is like the Royal Ice Blaze, they don't know when to drop Crania. They drop Crania at earliest like opportunity, and then you go, I just won't push out, and then the Crania is gone, and then like they're scrambling for the Ganku, and then they'll go Ganku play out Crania, and then I go, at that point I already have what I need. Like it doesn't matter. Like I'll just Ice Archery, and now I'll actually play through your board.
It can't protect itself from DP shrink either. It has to like suspend itself. I mean, even if it could suspend itself,
it dies anyway.
Yeah, so you can also just like. You can shrink the Ganku, and the Craniumon can't protect it.
Yeah.
Because it has to be removed by opponent's effect. So, like, the matchup that it's supposed to be good in is, like, Ice Archery and DP Shrink just completely bodied it.
But against a bunch of other shit, this card is kind of crazy.
Yeah, this was a really fun little side quest, because a bunch of us transparently had our invites going into this event, and some of us were on side quest. Harry's was call every single Royal Knights player carried. On 1 week, Marcio as the testing partner. How many games?
1 local, so a few games at home, and then 1 locals of actual like in-person events, and then the weekend. But Harry also plays the deck like he builds it every format.
Played it intermittently.
He's a Royal Knights enjoyer.
Yeah, enthusiast.
Yeah,
he's a binder with them all in it.
But
anyway,
yeah, deck's good.
DGO is also kind of broken. DGO having a second target for like Hokuto, it's weird.
I like to if I had another chance at this, I'd trade DGO and some Emperors. I think that would be pretty saucy. It's the only good thing I like out of those Setcon builds. The homie TJ was playing Setcon Knights at the event yesterday.
4 purple
and he's like Grief Knights.
Yeah, with the Keenans and stuff too. He called it tax boys or something.
Shit.
It was like fine.
HMRK.
Yeah, HMRK is tight.
That's Fuego.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
HMRK is tight. The problem with the deck is that you just don't do anything if your opponent doesn't do anything. So, but it seems
stack deck.
That's DJ. He loves.
I did like the Keenan. Like I always forget that like because the Hokuto is only if your opponent's Digimon get played, whereas the Keenan like when you play out the Omeka from your Royal Knight leaving play, Keenans can steal memory then, which is cool. It's 13 Keenan. Yeah. So
my problem with Keenan is that it's not white, so I can't cheat.
Yeah, you can't DGO it. Yeah, exactly.
Just a little chud who just sits there.
Yeah,
he kind of sucks into like everything else.
Keenan boohoo wah wah.
Anyway, Keenan will get his redemption in that set.
Yeah, exactly. We're not talking about 3v3 lists, are we?
We can quickly.
Are they on thingy?
Breeze over them.
They're on. Posted them in our mod chat, so Andrew can just copy a JPEG over into a tab.
No,
Are they
that's
on digital
okay.
game? If they're on digital, it'll put me as the
Oh god, they all
qualified.
have the meta. That's right. Ugh, bro.
I'm the most qualified aggro Jesmon player in this.
Yeah, I think you
call,
are the
okay?
highest placing Jesmon in the UK right now.
Where is it? Did you know also that Bristol is both in Europe and the UK? If you're playing in the cringe 1-on-1 format, you're from Europe, and if you were playing in the based 3v3 with the better pricing from the UK,
Why did the government name me?
I find it really funny that I am the only one that didn't.
Very funny.
But yeah, the other 3 people on your screen also went and smoked the 3v3. Transparently,
It was so profitable, by the way. I should.
We gotta buy.
It was so funny. We gotta buy into the best possible because a buy gives you like the best resistances, and
Yeah.
we just parked
Buy
ourselves
into
in
never
level 1.
losing.
yeah, we got to watch Trix win, and then went, neat, let's go do that, and then we just smoked. We didn't realize that the table we were sitting on was table 1 for the whole thing. But like, oh man, we keep not moving. I'm like, oh right, we're rank 1.
Yeah, it was funny. It took us till round 3 to figure that out.
Tom, how do you feel about this Omni 50?
I'd change 2 things, but I think honestly, like if you have to play a best of 1 Omnimon list, you should play this list. Island of Adventure was worse than I wanted it to be, and BT5 Nokia was better than I wanted it to be. And if I was really being picky and I just like had to try and make it better for a different format, I'd play another Crimson Blaze. But if I had to do it for me, I'd play a Greymon Secret Rare. Deck's funny. I like this archetype is so like because you don't draw normally, like with like evolution and stuff, like accessing more cards at the risk of losing your board is worth it to this deck a lot of times. And like it's never like I played so many decks that just kept getting rid of my goddamn Tamer cards that I was routinely like, I don't know, I'll make Omnimon for 10. And that's good enough. Like it's 3 damage on turn 2. Me and Marcio kept looking at each other like midway through like round 4 because he had made Jesmon on turn 2 and I had made Omnimon on turn 2. And then there's Andrew in a wasteland of no gameplay. Yeah, this deck is sick. The only thing I actually think, like the only in-depth analysis to be gleaned from this kind of list is the 6s. I think a lot of people slept on the 3-3-3-3 thing because they were like, the Nokia ones are just better. The Nokia ones are better if you're playing a CS version, but I don't think that's the only right way to play it. And I think the other options I could have chosen for this are the BT14 and BT15 secret rares, or you want to get really spicy, a little mail delivery, a little sneaky gift dropped off. Hang on a second. Shout outs to
Give me something diabolical.
Rush War Greymon. This card gives you another access to lethal lines that you aren't expecting either. So if you're playing different versions of the 6s, that's fine. There's a lot you can do with it. But
the new effects?
Yeah, you can.
Some might say, but not in the room though.
But yeah, these try it out. I think the on-play 6s are still really overpowered in like ways that you wouldn't think about. So and then everyone's like, why Nokia? Nokia means you can use DGO on a new command to combo and win the game. So I don't know why you wouldn't play Nokia. That's Omnimon. If you don't know what it does, go watch an Evolve video.
Hold on. Trix, you're going to learn from me because I'm the most qualified Jesmon player here.
A pioneer, one might say.
I'm definitely a pioneer. I stole Trix's deck, and I was like, Trix, can I play this? And he was like, yeah, sure.
Damn, he took your shit, sleeves and all.
Yeah, it was so fun. I didn't realize. So context as well, by the way. My original, we're getting full cam. This team was not supposed to happen. My original team that I spent 60 British pounds on was me, Jambo, Trix. If they fucked up in day 1, we would just smoke the 3v3 as is our God-given right. And then day 1 finishes, and Jambo is first in Swiss, and Trix is 12th. So both of my teammates are unavailable for the day. So
you're welcome.
we go from like, oh shit, I need to find one person to, oh, I need to find 2 people. Misplay for a game. So Tom bounces through 3 different teams?
Yeah, people kept asking if I was free, and I was like, yeah, I'm around. And then people kept doing better. Like Seb did really well at the other 3v3s, and then their team needed reshuffling. So then I was still a maybe.
Seb was playing 1v1. He was playing.
Sorry,
yeah,
he played
yeah.
1v1. Yeah, he did better at the 1v1 than everyone thought. So then I had to like. Then that team was like a maybe, and then I was like, you know what, Misplay for game is really.
Why'd
good.
you do it like that? Then everyone thought.
Yeah, and then
Well, he himself included, because otherwise he wouldn't have bought a 3v3 ticket.
yeah, he was planning to play on Kessa's team. Was like that. Yeah, if I do well, I won't drop. And then it's
his
EXO.
ass had a ticket and was like, yeah, I'll work with the team, and then just got second.
Yeah, Seb also wasn't supposed to play in the 1v1. He won a dice roll to get in on the waiting
dice
list.
roll to get in. All right, you know what? Then I would like to apologize to King of Knights TCG. He did not buy 2 tickets like a dickhead. He clearly just got lucky the first time.
Yeah, so these two, they're like, oh yeah, we'll play triple Floodgate. And then they go to Forbidden Planet to go buy Tricks, Pichu.
Oh,
or some
yeah,
other
we bought a
shit.
Pichu.
So I am left alone in the venue by myself, just going, man, I hope my teammates get back in time.
We bought that Pichu.
W Pichu.
Look
Yeah.
at that Pichu.
Yeah, the 5 minutes before the event, they stroll in, and then
That's the
as
one.
we're sleeving up, like Marcia was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play DM Justimon," and Tom's like, "Oh, I'm gonna play Virus Imperial. We'll play Triple Floodgate. That'll be really funny. We'll hold people hostage and talk about the podcast, haha." And I look over,
Yeah, the pitch was literally we were going to be a long ad.
yeah, and I look over to my left, and Jesmon sleeves, the ones that my wife drew, and I'm just like, that is not Justimon. I look over to the right, and Tom drops a card, Omnimon Alter S, and I'm like, I have been punked. I have been subjected to a bit that I was not aware of. Anyway, yeah, 5-0.
It was a funny one. Hey Tom, how's your
Let's
deck
get back
work,
to
man?
my personal cook, and I definitely knew every single card in my deck,
You're
and I did the
saying,
ratios
wait, we were
perfectly.
on more of this than I thought was crazy.
I was like, I kept winning because I kept seeing the BT21
Savior?
save. Sorry, 20 or 21.
20.
20. I kept seeing the BT20 savior, and I was like, wow, this card's really good. I'm glad I'm playing 4 of it. I was legit playing it like a roguelike. I was just like,
Yeah,
Please slay
No,
the spire.
I'm not
playing
gonna
the
roll-
Spire all the way
I'm
to
not going
first
to roll
place.
the items in my room. I'll keep all of these items. Do I want to go Polaroid
Oh my God,
or
that's
do I
what we-
want to?
That's what we should do for the deck profile. We'd originally
Oh wow,
we
Cricket's head.
originally pitched for our terrible 3v3 deck profile that we were just going to do 3 deck profiles sat next to each other while we all just talk over the top of each other. So it's like it's 1 15-minute video where Andrew talks for 15 minutes straight, I talk for 15 minutes straight, Marcy talks for 15 minutes straight. But Marcy doing a roguelike is way funnier.
It was just like, wow, guys, I got Guppy transformation.
You
This
should
run
do-
is so
We'll
cracked.
do your deck. I will, after this podcast, I will record a run of Risk of Rain 2. And we will use that like freaking Subway Surfers under Marcio's deck profile.
Like I vaguely had an idea of like how Trix built the deck. Like it wasn't like I don't know how fucking Jesmon works. Like I had a rough idea.
Man, go in.
Because like obviously like the new Blanc is like pretty insane because she just lets you like gets you cards from places that you don't have access to, and you can do some cool lines when you alliance with her to evolve into things from the trash. So like even when like you don't have exactly what you need, you just go end of turn, savior, tap the Blanc, evolve into Jesmon from the trash. That feels pretty good. Like you end up paying for that, but like even if you don't have the Jesmon in hand, you can still like pay cost and then
You
whatever.
still get to play the game, which was something
Yes.
that Jesmon was struggling to do before.
Yep. I will say I love the new Jesmon. Oh my god, that card is so sick. That card is so peak.
Finally, do you understand my pain now? I'm begging for a good Jesmon, and then they insult me with BT20 Jesmon. It's like you can play a token.
I don't want to tell on the homie, but I was sat next to TJ yesterday when he was playing against Jesmon. I got the moment where his Royal Knights control list discovered that shit warped from the rookie. It was so funny.
Yeah.
He was like, "It does what?"
And
as,
that's fine.
as the board explodes.
I played into Marcio the other day against Atmon. It's like he linked to a level 5, and it's like you're 11k, right? Yeah, I'm gonna evolve for 5 over Hookman.
Unbelievable. No, the deck was sick. I didn't build a deck, but to play, it was sick. I made Jesmon. Every game that I won in 2 turns. Sorry, no, except for the last round. But like rounds 2, 3, were literally just like, oh, I made Jesmon and I win the game. Like I literally won the game on turn 2. 3 damage, 4 guys on board. Oh, you can't respond. I killed you next turn.
And it does it efficiently as well, which gets me.
Yeah,
Like before,
you're not actually passing that much as much.
the deck has been notorious to be like, I'll go Jesmon GX, pass you to like 6 or 7 or whatever.
Yeah,
I'll
and
land
then
on
you should
really
get
wide
like,
board.
yeah.
I go, please don't break this.
My highlight was like last round I was playing against Examon, and it was a player that had played against at Wakefield, and she was on Exa. And I was like, fuck, not Exa again. But then I was like, wait, I could just dome her like a lot quicker. But I bricked. And I was like, fuck, there's no way I'm going to lose to Exa again. And Andrew was against like Mastemon, and the Mastemon player had already like 3 tamers on board. And I was like, fuck, we're not winning this one. I have to clutch up. So I like play the CL, add 1 to recover, and then I do a chip. And then it gets to a point where I finally get a Huckmon. And she passed me like 2 memory or whatever. So I just go, I concede my when Digivolving, it's fucking whatever. I had a scramble in hand and I had the mem gain. So I just go 3-4 into Unsuspend Savior, and I pass turn on that. And I was like, as long as it's physically impossible for fucking Examon to kill me, like it just doesn't, it won't happen. So she like I think plays like a Huck or something. Not a Huck, sorry, a Dracomon, and then like evolves into a guy in the back. And I was like, nice. So then they were on 4 security. So I scramble into the Jesmon, do 2 checks, unsuspend, and then on the second check, I play out the sister, and then the sister adds me the Omni X for my security. And I just fucking slap at her.
Why did they unlimit it?
It's so
hey man,
good.
some of us have been asking these questions.
I was just like, oh, we're so back to BT6. How Jesmon should be played.
2 checks.
Omni forget.
Omni X now, y'all.
Hey, that's Red Rocks.
Turn.
It's Red Rocks.
It's not Red Rocks.
Red Mirage.
Red Mirage.
Gallantmon wants to be Red Mirage, but nobody does it like Jesmon. He's the goat.
I was having a crash out leading up to the Jesmon being revealed because like it was like at the peak of like Ganku Control being a deck, and I was like, no, they're giving my ops more tools. Jesmon used to be so cool. I hate this. The Digivolve's on block. There's no way. And then they revealed the Jesmon, and I was like, we're so bad.
He liked it so much he has mine.
Yeah. Never buy your own cards. Always steal.
I legit thought that card was so broken it was going to be a 4 of in Royal Knights. I legit thought that they had banned Purge just to predict. Like my actual sincere opinion was they banned Purge, and then Royal Knights was just going to be 4 Jesmons that hit you, 4 Gallantmons that hit you, and the Drazzle. And I was like, good job banning Purge.
I love the card so much because it's like not once per turn on the when attacking is so funny with the unsuspend savior.
It's so crazy because you can't even go, oh, maybe they never thought it would unsuspend like what we were doing with Quartz, but like, no, they
let it do it on purpose.
Yeah.
That's just
the other thing. The restriction that he has is you can't play the same name, but like you play CL Awakened now, so you just
so you have 3 names and the token.
Yeah, I no longer have a CL because I have CL Awakened.
And then you just go like, oh, I have 2 CLs on board. Chimeramon, I no longer have any CLs on board.
More guys.
More bodies.
It's so sick. Anyway, Andrew, scam time.
Yeah, I scammed the shit out of people, bro. Maximum scam. Bagra Army. He's died a death. We believe in women's wrongs and women's rights. Lilithmon is the 3rd best general of all time.
You're only on 3 of the damage that warps in the. There's no.
Yep. There is not space for 4. You know why? Because he draws a card instead of stealing 1. And trust me, when you end up with too many of these, and Blastmon is the only general in your hand, you go, so yeah. Best of 1 is great. Because in a 3v3 where there's 2 people yapping next to you, you're much less likely to read the card on the other side of the board. The amount of times where people did an action, I went, any other effects? And they go, yeah. And they go to play a card and go, because you've done this, turn switches over to me and I kill them on the crackback and I go, and I look over and I forgot Marcio was already done 3 turns ago. And I go, hey, Tom, have fun, I guess.
Hey,
Don't worry about it. You won.
I was likely playing friendlies.
Yeah, it was good. I had some really sick lines. Like, I feel like I definitely saw the moment where Marcia went, this deck is penis, this is Andrew scamming people to wait,
disaster.
This deck is OD.
Yeah.
In round 3, I hit the craziest line versus Blackwell Gray because I transparently blundered.
Versus Blackboard, right?
No, it wasn't Blackboard. It was like a
Hoodie
CS
Black.
deck.
Yeah, it was Hoodie
like-
Blackwell.
Was it Yuko CS? With like the
No.
redirect stuff.
It was a CS deck that played like the Hoodie bottom end, but still climbed. And these guys convinced themselves like the Black or Greymon was like the tech for like Hoodie or whatever. Sorry, the tech. They specifically said this was for Bagra. They were like, oh yeah, this is our Bagra tech.
The Black or Gray
Ace.
The Black or Gray Ace. They were like,
really
this is the
confused.
Bagra tech.
Right.
And then Andrew just showed me it was cinema.
I just Jedi mind you. The funniest bit about this as well, my opponent was the Jesmon I took to a draw in day 1. So he played 50 minutes versus Bagra and proceeded to get Men in Black between day 1 and day 2 because he suddenly didn't know what any of my cards, any at all. It was crazy. The line after, oh shit, that's the wrong one. The line after I forget that that Black or Gray is immune if there's a 13k body on board, which, you know.
It's on the playmat we were using.
Yeah.
And you couldn't just turn around and ask
cinema.
me.
No, so I fucked that up. He then ends on, so he is on a Black or Gray with double Andromon. And I'm like, man, that is a really difficult board to out. I've got a Blastmon that gets D-Digivolve because he's on the D-Digivolve Black Wergarurumon or whatever.
Yes.
When attack targets change.
So he D-Digivolves me down to Tuar. I slam a Tuar with a Tuar underneath it, a blocker inherit, and a Tube.
Yeah.
On play, burst the Tumon, draw 1, give blocker retaliation to the one that I play. Swing the other Tuarmon, burst the blocker source to give it retaliation. This now means that when I get D-Digivolve down to a Tuar, I am still a collision Tuar.
Tuar, yeah.
Collide, kill an Andromon. He chooses not to barrier because he's precious about his security. I'm putting him, he's on lethal. Swing the second one. He blocks with the other Andromon. Demonic Disaster for 1, go to 0, go save because I haven't saved at all under the U, 0 cost unsuspend. There are no 13k bodies, collision, retaliation into his Black or Gray. I clear 3 bodies and then just kill him.
Overflow,
Yeah, then I just kill him the turn after because he cannot recover from getting 3 bodies taken off board. And that was the moment where I like look over at Marcio, is like, I gotta build this deck. I'm like, yes, sir, it's fucked up, right? Yeah, I scammed so many fucking people. But shouts to Hassan, the homie. He probably got the worst Bagra-ing of anyone in the venue all weekend. BT13 Omni.
Oh.
He's holding one of them in hand. He's just really aggressively loaded his security. Really aggressively, like 3 Omechas, everything's in there.
You mean the eggs?
Yeah, the old one. So
drop.
he's loaded everything on there.
Right.
Like he's gonna BT13 on me. I not thinking about that. I want to resolve Darkness Bagram. I rip 1 card from his hand. It is the BT13 on me. He no longer can kill me on that turn. Dies the turn after. Game 2 makes Omni X because he has to out a body and a general. Happen. Darkness Bagramon. Blind hand rip Crimson Mode Ace and go to 7. Burn 2 security. Draw 4 cards. Slam 2 off for full cost at 7 and keep turn. Swing for game. Mogged. Mogged.
Talent.
Bagra is like,
It's not
I've
bad,
never
man.
felt like it's like the streets of London deck, you know, like you're walking around and you stab them, you fucking pickpocket them, you like fucking like tell them the wrong direction. It's just like it's so fucked up, but it's like, wow, this deck is amazing to play. This is great.
It is.
I see you, Amano.
Really
I'm
fun.
goated.
It's way more fun to stab someone than to get stabbed.
It is just like every single interaction is, how big your shoes, governor?
I also love the Tageru. I've been trying like the small, very, 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 very small like Hunter Splash with Tageru in the King mode, or King version or whatever. It feels really good.
It's so much better than Dame. Like I desperately wish the Dame was not Dame, but he came up. Yeah, the list, it felt fine. The two Bagras got their invites at that event. It was a really good weekend for Bagra. In all honesty, I played really well.
The fucking thing about the Tuar is that he just like he floats in. Sorry, the Dame, he floats into Tuar. So like he loads from the trash for some reason and draws a card. So you just go, my self-sufficient contained loop. I'll go slam Dame low Tuar under my tamer, and then you killed my Dame. That's crazy. I will now float into the Tuar that I loaded, and it's just like and then Tuar on play. I'll trash a memory and just like you for like you have one less memory now, and then you killed me, I'll go under you and I'll take it to the memory, and for every you and for every Dame you just do that to the opponent, and then some removal heavy decks they just can't play, they just lose turn because like they don't have a you may delete, it's just like you have to delete me.
Yeah, it's recognizing the pain points and like understanding the memory thresholds and then going, ooh, do you have an extension for this? So that's one of the reasons that I'm on QP. I actually convinced one of the other Bagras that got top 32 because we played the mirror and I threw it game 3. The QP matters so much. In what you lose for draw, yes, draw power is fantastic. But sometimes people are willing to swing into a wanker and take one. They're like, all right, your mana's going to tax me for 1. It is what it is. But when you can take 2, that rookie actually is like I won't fuck with that. They're just going to leave it alone. And your Chuchumon, start of main, Hammer Sparks, every single turn. It's awesome. And you can just start being an idiot and just pitching stuff because you know you're just going to get it straight back.
His Chuchu loads from the trash.
Yep.
Purple, isn't it?
Yeah. The reason that the Jewel Tamer doesn't give us a memory is because a lot of your shit is just like, pitch from sources. But now you just
shit gave you a memory, you'd go to 6 every turn.
Good. It's basically
what Bees does.
It's basically just like whatever you pitch, you don't have to be as precious about it anymore because you can just be like, Mad Leomon pitch whatever. It's in trash, pick it back up, free value, and that's kind of like the goal for it. It also getting your Uemano memory prior to swinging matters a lot more because sometimes you swing the Sambomon and you need it to die. Obviously, you're still going to get your load, but you risk running into aces. Being able to like start a main Chuchumon, get your Uemano, slam a general, tuck an ace threat matters a whole lot more. So this was my list. Every single card put in a bajillion years of value. Even old Tuar is sick.
I really do not like Muso Nightmon. That card got stinky.
Yeah, he it's because the Dark Nightmon next to him is also a waste of cardboard. And Muso
sick. What are we talking about?
Sucks. Both of these Dark Nightmons are bad. This one just has some additional value in that it is Digivolve 3.
Yeah, but the other one's got an inherit for your Darkness Bagramon. That's cool. You know, all the times you're Digicrossing Darkness Bagramon to raw dog that.
I did that a surprising amount. Marcio kept looking over my playmat. It's like, why are we on 7? And then I would win the game. I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, all right. Game is game.
Every single time I'll be like, I'm playing my Jesmon turn 1. You know, I'm doing this. I look over.
Your Jesmon.
My Jesmon turn.
Our Jesmon.
But yeah, I just keep passing 7 and just go. It's really funny because you pass them like a big amount of number and they're like, all right, yeah, I've got something to play with here. And then they forget that you have actually given them 6 effects that are going to trigger instantly. And they're actually on 1 memory. They just don't know it. It's awesome. Also, the amount of people that try and play around Lilith are like, well, if I just play a thing, I'll delete that. I'm like, you played a thing, so I'll take the all turns that you're trying to play around. Thanks for nothing, dickhead.
Yeah, awesome. It hasn't changed anything. Now I get it twice.
I will now play Leomon armed mode or whatever, and then like cross with it. And then, you searched? I took your turn. Your turn's over.
Yeah, or slam 2 Armon, block a retail. Stole a memory. My bad, guys. But yeah, I just scam people. I just scam people all day. It was fucking awesome.
Hey, speaking of scamming people,
where are we going with this?
It's been a minute. Misplay's had some iterations over the years. But one thing we love here is scamming people. And you, the viewing audience at home, have come to know us in time as dirty, no good meta manipulating scammers. And so when I say joyfully, welcome everybody to another episode of Memory Gauge the Room. I hope you know I'm ready to scam my friends.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, see if Andrew remembers what friggin' button it is.
Yeah.
Alrighty, game. Hi there, the live viewing audience on YouTube and twitch.tv/KnTElixar, youtube.com/KnTElixar, or perhaps the people seeing the VOD later on YouTube, because it's been a little while since we've done one of these. If you're not familiar, Memory Gauge the Room is a game where, unlike the cards in the card game, which you can play 4 of, Memory Gauge comes in 3s. We're going to ask our 3 contestants. I always get it wrong. It's this hand. These 3 fine folks over here to try and work out which one of them is going to be telling a lie about a particular opinion they might have on the Digimon card game. Like the statement, for example, there are too many Greymons in the Digimon TCG. They may be asked this, but one of them will be given instructions to deceive you, the audience, and their fellow players. And so I will be sending our first prompts here. I was asked earlier by our guest, TommyNT, how it works. I rolled dice at this point because it was so complicated to use my stupid little number bot. So we're gonna roll a dice and see who the first liar is. Very hype. Oh my goodness, very hype. All right, gentlemen, your instructions are coming over now. And then I will list off the statement. You have that. But folks, if you're watching along, what you might want to do is you might want to head over to twitch.tv/KnTElixar. You can follow on there for free. You get channel points for doing so. You'll be able to wager channel points to try and determine which of our contestants is a liar. Boys, your instructions have all gone over. Yep, just triple checking. Cool. Andrew, are you ready for me to give the prompt you guys will be responding to?
Yeah, I think all of my buttons work. So
awesome. I vamped for some time. Gentlemen, welcome back to MemGauge. Our first statement today is: the game would be better if the card count standard maximum was 3 instead of 4. One more time. The game would be better if the card count standard maximum was 3 instead of 4. I'll give these guys a little minute. I like to vamp for this so that our folks have to come up with their truth. Because the thing is, it's tough when you're a liar. We've had a couple people on being like, I'm bad at lying. Bro, you better be good at telling the truth too, because it's hard to think of your actual opinion on stuff you've never thought about once. And reminding you folks at home, you wager the channel points. Check out our twitch.tv/KnTElixar. Head over there. You'll see the whole shebang. But we're hoping to get a bunch of people on these because it's fun to see. The house always wins.
The house does always win. The overlay turns white whenever we get a follow. I believe it also gives you 600 mono coins to play with, so you can gamble at House Andrew. Misfortune for game or something. Misfortune for Gamba.
Misfortune for Gamba. And TommyNT, the big spender, is not playing right now, so you have a chance to actually make some money against some.
I'm still recuperating from losing my entire life savings to Risu not swinging with Fenrir Luke on security.
Banger.
That game will be back in 2026.
Alrighty. One more time for the folks at home who want to remind themselves what the statement these guys are responding to is. These guys are responding to the statement. The game would be better if the card count standard maximum was 3 instead of 4. Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Andrew, we're going to start with you. The timer.
I will definitely remember it the correct.
I'm sorry, are we doing 60 seconds or 30 seconds?
The timer says 60 seconds.
Okay, good. We're doing 60 seconds. That's what I was hoping for. All right, Andrew, your minute starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
So I actually think that dropping the card count to 3 would solve a lot of the man, if only I had 51 cards kind of things that we have in deck building. There are a lot of times where you just don't have space for a tech because you have mandatory 4-rolls. And yes, it would probably hurt a little bit of consistency, but I think that's where we get to see a lot more of the deck variation. And especially in like a unified format where there's less of the, we're going to lift decks from Japan. I think we get to see a lot more of like who really has a deep card pool, because you would have significantly more space for these like B team, C team rookies or C team techs that would kind of come through. And, you know, maybe the conversations about side decking would die a painful death finally, because people wouldn't have to side deck or want to side deck because they'd suddenly have like 9-10 cards that are just freed up and people can actually express in their deck building creativity.
And that's time. Andrew, thank you for responding to the statement. The game would be better if the card count standard maximum was 3 instead of 4. Next, we're going to have Marcio. Marcio, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, Marcio, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think the game, so was it the game would be better, right?
Yeah, the game would be better.
The game would be better in the sense that you would you wouldn't always get like your perfect line, because a lot of the times people just always get their combo and it always looks the same. And I think you would have to play for a lot more corner case scenarios where like you would have to play cards that are good in like multiple scenarios, and it wouldn't just be like the same consistent like OTK decks. I think it would also promote more interesting deck building, because 50 cards but 3 ofs means that you theoretically have more space for cards that are just are not as good and wouldn't normally make the cut, but in this case you can play them. It also means that everything being a bit less consistent is like not horrible, but it means that the game would also overall be slower because you have to spend more time finding your pieces.
That was Marcio responding to the statement. The game would be better if the card count standard maximum was 3 instead of 4. Next up, we got TommyNT. Oh, hang on. Is the Twitch on ad break? We'll leave that. TommyNT, you're going to be responding to the statement. The game would be better if the card count standard maximum was 3 instead of 4. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think overall the game would be worse, but I think there's caveats to that. So I think because we have 50 cards in a deck, having 3 be the maximum means obviously you have to start like putting in more cards, and like that could introduce like interesting deck building, but I think it makes the overall gameplay worse unless your deck has a significantly deep card pool. So if you're someone like Wargrey, where you have a lot of Agumons, then you're in a probably fine position. But if you're a niche deck who has like maybe 1 or 2 lines at best, you're now having to play for like the generic cards that may or may not synergize with the deck. So I think whilst it could promote interesting deck building, it's better for some and worse for others. I also think having like 3 as the maximum makes limitations feel less significant, because going from 4 to 1 is a much better, like bigger drop than going from 3 to 1. So yeah, like the one-offs are still getting played nowadays, but they feel more stacky than.
I gotta cut you off. That way you leave the audience suspended in disbelief, because maybe that last point, that was 60 seconds. That's
my
messed
God.
up, right?
Bro, you had a timer on the screen and everything.
I was not paying it. I thought I saw 30.
He saw the vision.
Yeah.
But of course, chat room, speaking of the vision, you've now seen these fine players make their case. But one of them, I hate to break it to you, was telling you a lot. If you want to get in the chat, there will be a prediction starting over on
Run
Twitch
it for
TV,
2 minutes, because it's the first time that people have probably done this in a hot minute.
In a little minute. Where one of the folks was lying. So we had a somewhat, actually surprisingly for Misplay, strange consensus among the players where everyone's like, it wouldn't kill the game, or in some cases could be good. But that means one person doesn't agree, actually. So depending on who you want to single out here, the odds could be in your favor. TommyNT made a nuanced point. Nuance, not typically the standard holdout here at Misplay for Game. Typically not a fan of nuance and
clip bomb, rage bait.
Yeah, slop is our #1 expert here at Misplay Town. But yeah,
I'm more of an old-ons kind of person.
Oh yeah, old-ons and nuance. Yeah. I figured it out.
And on that note, I'm leaving.
No, it's fun. I got another question about thanks. This is a fun one. We let the timer go down. Thanks to everybody that comes up and says hi at events and stuff. Still getting used to it, but it was nice to see people. I got a question about memgauge, and I just have we have a pool of prompts that people have either sent in. The next one, for the record, is a submitted one from YouTube channel members. So if you're a fan of the YouTube channel and you're not already a channel member, consider doing that. You can send them to me. We've also got the form, which I appreciate. There's M4G takes, !M4G takes, which Andrew just put in the chat. Yeah, nice. I check those out. I hop in there and have a little nosy just to make sure I'm not missing anything cool. But the next one's going to be one of those. So if you're a channel member, you can send them in to me that way, or otherwise use the forum. Pitch stuff is cool. Yeah.
And also, if you like our other game show and truly want to see just money evaporate into thin air, you should submit me clips to M4G Clips.
M4G Clips.
For Lethal or Living, which will be back in 2026, hopefully with some revamps. Yeah, that's going to be a show where we get to see your coolest clips that maybe do or do not kill. The more ambiguous it is, the better, especially if you send me clips of them not killing. Because everyone seems to love showing me their OTK that was really obvious. Please stop doing that.
Good. Mr. Streamer, I won a game.
Yeah, so
that's not what you sound like. That's not what you sound like, chat. I know you sound cool.
Yeah, unless you haven't followed or subscribed on YouTube, in which case you do sound like that.
Yeah, you sound like a weenie. Is that the predictions? What are the people saying, Mr. Elixir?
All right, looking at the prediction outcome, we have 40% of the vote think that your streamer would lie to you off rip. First round of a game show that we haven't done in age. 40% of the economy is into that. 40% also seem to think that the other co-host is equally dubious and would lie to you immediately as a thank you for showing back up.
I've never lied.
And then those of you that know ball, otherwise known as basic arithmetic, have figured out that 20% of the vote think that Trix is just on here yapping now that he's got a regional win under his belt.
Guys, maybe it is me.
He would have been lying by telling you the truth, so you'd never know.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that means 60% of the room is wrong, because will the liar please make themselves known?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You want to defend your statement, Andrew?
I can very easily defend my statement, but first I'm going to quickly pay out the room that correctly predicted that I was lying. And the reason that I am lying can be boiled down to, have you seen my son, Yuamano? If I have to play 3 of them, I'll kill myself in traffic.
That was a banger. Memgage is fun, man. You guys are bad liars.
Wait, he's called Ewan?
Ewan and Mana.
Yeah, in English he's called Ewan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher was bad, right?
Yeah.
My name is Ewan. I'm from Okinawa.
Imagine that's
from Crew.
That's the type of name where you get given an avatar. It's like, please insert your. It's the Pro ZD skit, but instead of Dennis, it's like, you'll never say Prince Dragon, Ewan.
My dad's from
Fall out when the characters know your name.
Japanese.
My sister's name is Nene.
She fucked off Tokyo.
I wish my dad told me.
Have you got a Twilight? All right, that was
the name of
first
the
one.
Love Hotel.
No!
All right, our second prompt for this game of memory gauge the room
Memoir.
comes from YouTube member Kava. Kava says, as the statement, I'm reading verbatim, Megazoo as a design space is interesting, and Bandai should print more archetypes that experiment with this formula. Thank you, YouTube member Kava, for submitting the prompt. One more time, guys. It's Megazoo as a design space is interesting, and Bandai should print more archetypes that experiment with the formula. I'm starting the dice roll. Have a little nosy. Your instructions are coming over shortly. Oh boy, I love this game. All right, gang. So now that they know their prompt, they've been given the response they have to give. I think we'll start from the top once more. Andrew, you ready to respond to the statement? Megazoo as a design space is interesting, and Bandai should print more archetypes that experiment with the formula.
Yep. All right, ready.
All right, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think that Bandai has done an excellent job with Zoo decks, Megazoo especially. Very interesting game plan, especially whilst Digivolve, Fringe, and Solo is the format. I think they should try going with different interesting takes. They've shown us like just raw slamming stuff. What if they were aces? What if they could themselves kind of play a ramp? What if they could slam other things? Evo. They've got so many interesting ones. And real ball knowers know that if I am left unattended in a room, the TommyNT, we will take whatever the newest potential pile of cards are and turn it into 7 idiots that will drop for 12 and produce. So I am a big fan of the Bandai team. And I think they should just rip the mask off and accept they have been watching our bonus content and do have to keep pivoting. They should just shamelessly steal our ideas. I think we design Megazoo incredibly well, and they can too if they just follow step-by-step instructions.
Andrew, that is your time. Thank you, Andrew, for responding to the statement. Megazoo as a design space is interesting, and Bandai should print more archetypes that experiment with the formula. Next up, we've got Marcio. Marcio, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, Marcio, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't think Megazoo is interesting in the current state because right now we only have one way of doing it, and that is that it's about slabbing things for as cheap as possible, which means that the decks are inherently flawed because they lose to play cost reduction rookies. And I don't think those rookies are also like a good thing for the game. So it's a case of every Megazoo deck is never interesting because they all follow the same thing in the same way that like it's like saying every Digivolve deck is the same. Not saying like the same way that like every deck that Digivolves is the same, but rather that like their core design to differentiate themselves is how can I do this for as cheap as possible? And all of them end up taking like a small amount of actions per turn, which is only good in a handful of decks, and majority of the time taking less actions is usually worse than taking more actions per turn.
That's Marcio's time on the statement. Megazoo as a design space is interesting.
Really
and Bandai should print more archetypes with that experiment. Yeah. Would you rather have one? Tom, you're up next. You ready to go, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. Tom, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, and go.
I think it's pretty interesting in like the sense that it's always kind of been around in some way or shape or form. It's just that they've made it more efficient as time has progressed. I don't hate it. I think it pretty much contrasting to what Marcio said, where it's like I actually do think if the game was just digivolving as the most optimal, you would never see decks like Royal Knights, which would be like being able to combine all 13 of the Royal Knights. I think as a concept is very cool in general. And the Demon Lords do that as well. I'm surprised they haven't done something where it's like using the cross mechanic to put load sources underneath an egg and use that as like the digicross for something. I don't know what archetype would do that, but that's like a concept they could use. And I think it makes floodgates relevant in a game where if your floodgate isn't relevant because the deck can play through it, I don't really like that. So I think making floodgates relevant to slow decks like that down does create for an interesting dynamic that you wouldn't get with Digivolve decks.
That's your time. Once again, gang, that was Tom responding to the statement. Megazoo as a design space is interesting, and Bandai should print more archetypes that experiment with the formula. I'm passing it over to you, viewing audience at home. Who do you think was lying? Because they're still at it. These 3 guys are still, one of them is still lying to you. They have not, we'll all go to therapy after this, and we'll all talk about why it happened. But for the meantime, get your votes in on the prediction that's starting over at
Can we just talk about the idea of like a universal cross loader? That shit would have, that sounds fire.
Bro is talking, hey, aren't the dual cards coming out? Pretty messed up.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like they've already got Omecamon being like suspend the Brazil to play it out. I don't see why they couldn't go like breeding effect. By suspending this egg, you can use material underneath as digicross material.
If Bandai is watching this, they should have just retroactively made the Jesmon red for me. I needed that. I really needed that.
Oh, they could 100% do pendulums as like the digicross from
What?
Listen, get in the predictions. Don't let these animals add more time to their statements. One of these evil, nefarious people is lying to you.
You're going all in. If you also need an extra boost of coins, I believe you can make like Axolot Lily in chat. Turn the overlay blue to your Twitch Prime. Gives you, I think, some other job being a subscriber, and you get to spam emotes. If you are about to lose your life savings on betting on one of the 3 liars in chat, the cook emote fresh off the Kayla Muriel art iPad is now available. Yeah, your 20-minute savings, they could be all down the drain. You too could be Garurumon Cook. Yeah.
Oh God, I would love more. I ran that event with you guys, and I still don't have a box. I need to get mine later.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm kind of owned.
Well, you won't be getting it from Fanboy, I can tell you that much. They
Yeah, yeah, they have none left. Alrighty. How is our prediction looking?
Our predictions are looking 8 seconds left on clock. And we now have ding ding ding. Well,
have we got a clear and decisive front runner, Mr. Elixir?
We do have a clear and decisive front runner, and we have a value so skewed that mathematically it doesn't even make sense.
Awesome.
100% of the vote currently thinks that I am lying.
Well, lightning strikes twice.
But 10 monocoins have been put on Marcio lying, which means 101%.
Who is this hater?
Who is the 10 coin random late entry?
Yeah, guys, I love I love slamming for cheap with a fucking giant bungus that can be answered on turn 1. It's so cool, guys. Wow.
Right. So is it time to?
Yeah. Was it Marcio? No, it wasn't. Who was it? This show rules. Oh my gosh. He clutched it so hard.
Hell no. I hate Mega Zoo decks. They're so boring. Ooh, I'll slam a real deck for a 0. I'll just put a cool boy game on. Boring. Do something.
Demon Lords. I'll play a removal spell. I'll play another removal spell.
No, you gonna play another one?
This one, I get to play a removal spell for 0. Then I evolve into Ruin mode.
That's so hype, bro. I can't play the game again. No way. That's crazy.
I love you guys listing off Mega Zoo archetypes, and we couldn't even deign to pretend that Davis was real.
Okay, the problem with Davis was that I had like
Davis doesn't have play cost reduction. That's why it sucks.
Yeah, it slams for 7.
It's
like,
guys.
Slam ultimates.
Yeah,
I was. That's why I started with
Blue Flare gets to as well.
That's why I started with the Zudex when I did my sentence to distract.
Davis goes, I'll slam for 7, and then what? I'll slam for 7 again. It's like, yeah, you get 2 guys, but like if you actually had a dedicated egg, maybe the deck would be playable.
If we had an egg, we wouldn't be able to use the 5.
Mother Reaper. And then
cost reduction again? You play what a draw? What? I'm sorry, Andrew.
Reaper is like the Reaper was so annoying because back then it was like
for 1 cost, I'll draw 1. You know, like
my Reaper was legit different. It just wasn't Mega Zoo.
My Floodgate, Gatekeeper, all of your things are sec +1 and comes our security and recovers and makes the game miserable to play against.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Technically, as Mega Zoo, they got level.
but when the Olympus 12 deck comes out, it'll be really awesome and epic, and then that's the Mega Zoo deck for me.
Nah, get in line.
Yeah, they should.
Get in line.
They should.
Yeah, hey, you gotta start at the back of the line for one. Buy your own cards.
I'll just buy my own product.
Play the clip 15 minutes ago where Marcy said never buy your own cards.
I say what's convenient to me at that exact time.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of talking about convenient stuff, we're gonna get Misplay like our contestants here. We like to do things in 3s, and so our final prompt today.
All right, see you later. Bye bye.
Dice roll here. Oh wow, beautiful. Oh, sometimes the world feels rigged, but exclusive in ways that are funny to me.
I like that this time that you rolled before reading the statement out. So this
I realized that I wanted to give you guys less time because I'm kind of an asshole. So the thing the thing I laughed about was that my little number picker pulled out a statement provided by TommyNT on the stick. So of course we will not be using this statement. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's a good one. It's a very good, maybe as a funny bonus thing we'll use it, because how often is that going to happen? No, we're going to do this one. So, We're going to start with Tom this time. Gentlemen, you will be responding to the statement. Codifying gameplay phases as part of design space in the Digimon TCG is an underexplored concept. One more time. Codifying gameplay phases as design space in the Digimon TCG is an underexplored concept.
Before I even attempt to tackle that, can you
Yeah, I could elaborate a tiny
elaborate
bit.
a little bit on what you
codify
mean?
in a sentence,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
please?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Sure do have a battle phase and
Yeah.
an end phase and a standby phase. A lot of cards say until the end of the turn. You know, things to think about. That statement one more time is codifying gameplay phases as design space in the Digimon TCG are an underexplored concept. I'll give you guys one more little minute to think. Yeah, we see people want a main phase 1 and a main phase 2. Listen,
Okay.
some people want to stand by to resolve taunts. All right, Tom, you ready to go?
I think so.
All righty. Tom,
If-
your
if it's
time.
If this is completely not what you're asking me, then I apologize.
That honestly,
Hey, man,
that sometimes
that's
helps.
the game.
Yeah, Jamie
Okay.
did that for 3 rounds in a row and has a flawless record. In this
So I
first game.
think they should put orange in the game as a
Yeah.
phase.
Hey, save it for the time, which starts in
my
3,
sorry.
2, 1, go.
I think it would help for structure. It would also give you the ability to sequence effects differently. It would give them the design space to present start of battle phase or end of battle phase, kind of similar to how Yu-Gi-Oh does. It's one of those where I think because there's no structure, a lot of cards are allowed to get away with doing a lot of actions before your opponent gets to actually try and interact with anything. So maybe something along the lines of how Biting Crush is kind of a trap card. Maybe you can introduce cards that are when the opponent is about to attack or when the opponent enters the battle phase, you can trash this delay to, I don't know, provide board wide -2k or set attack -1 to something, and then it gives you a bit more back and forth interaction. I don't know if people would like that, but in my eyes, that's kind of having the ability to interact on your opponent's turn is something that's a little bit missing at the moment, which I think would bring some game balance where it kind of isn't at the moment.
And that's your time. That was Tom responding to the statement. Codifying gameplay phases as design space in the Digimon TCG is an underexplored concept. Next, we'll do Marcio. Marcio, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Marcio, you're going to respond in 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't think it's underexplored just because it adds a layer of complexity that I think the average player is not ready for. I think the fact that we already have specific things that interact during certain states is good enough to me, and I wouldn't want certain decks to play on specific phases. And I think, so for example, in Yu-Gi-Oh have quick play spells. There are decks that can just play, say for example, in the draw phase because they can resolve things in the draw phase without ever starting and they develop advantage without entering main. The other thing is that I think it lets Digimon stay fluid in how it is, in a sense that you can choose to either go for damage at certain points and then evolve, or the other way around. So you get to interact with the opponent's board state in a much more freeform way as opposed to a much more rigid way. And I think it keeps control decks more interesting. I think it would be control decks would, in my opinion, skyrocket if we had to go to certain phases, because then the cards that would come out in that design space would be a little bit too strong. So I think I'm happy with where everything is.
That's your time. That was Marcio responding to the statement. Codifying gameplay phases as design space in the Digimon TCG is an underexplored concept. But Memgage, like the show we've talked about all time, goes in 3s. And so, Andrew, let's wrap this up. You're going to be responding in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think there could be value in adding a couple of phases, but I think similar to one of the points raised about how phases is a strong part of the game. I think really the only thing we would gain from adding more phases would be if they were still in a section. Very similar to main phase 1 and 2, you battle phase step. I think if you could constantly go main battle and there was a circle Sonic style that you kept going through, I think it would help with a lot of interactions of when does this go through? We've already got a counter step that got added retroactively into the game. So I would I think that would help with a little bit more of some of the nuanced things, start of main taunt timings, going straight into an attack phase, going into the rest of main. I think having a couple more rigid phases would kind of help with how new players can pick up the game without necessarily being like a single through line like a train. I think a loop that's more rigid would help.
Thank you, Andrew. That was Andrew responding to the statement. Codifying gameplay phases as design space in the Digimon TCG is an underexplored concept. Speaking of underexplored concepts, you guys should start gambling. Gamble your channel points away. Give me your money and your house keys because you're too drunk to drive. I'll look after it. If you guys had any mic issues with Andrew, we'll check the VOD on YouTube later. Spend some cash. I think this is a fun one. I don't always get to weigh in on these prompts. Some of them I didn't write. Some of them. This one's a Tom Taylor original.
I could tell because it had keyword.
Yeah, I like a keyword. I think there's something to be said for the fact that like we're kind of throwing them in every now and then. When moving was a moment for me where I was like, oh, we're never putting the lid back on this. This shit changed. Abatomon really was like, oh, dude, we're like Ukumon kind of. Abatomon is a different beast. Like, and when moving is not your turn necessarily
it's really
either.
Interesting as well because I feel like it was something that we brought up in a previous mem gauge.
Yeah, we had joked
about.
Yeah, we had joked about like, isn't it funny when Louis from Security promotes Abatomon core? But like, yeah. And maybe as a gameplay function, that would be something.
Yeah, I think it was like us talking about, it was like something about like taking existing effects and like community keywords like bug blitz and turning them into keywords is good for the game or something.
Yes,
that was like one
we
of the
did that exact prompt. Yeah,
Raid is kind of like that with where Jesmon was like, you can attack unsuspended, and I was like, you can, as long as you attack, you can redirect to the
yeah, like we took
Vortex is bug blitz. They really did.
Vortex is
bug
Pokemon.
yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I loved that, man. I'm gonna recycle a couple of the old ones later because got some fun ones. I recently was thinking about, we haven't asked you guys how you feel about the number of Greymons in a while. I actually
the answer's still the same. Not enough
Greymons, baby. Give me some Greymons. It's also really funny.
Next come back.
There are a total of 76 prompts we've still not used from either fan submissions or other ones.
And we're using them all tonight.
Well, you can tell which ones are older or that I wrote because I write mine in all caps. Hey, have we got a time on the prediction?
We do have 2 seconds, 1 second. Our final predictions. This one we've got a spread house. Once again, the shmoney, the cash flow, the majority stakeholder share lies with your boy. Everyone thinks that I'd be capping once again. I had plenty of time to conjure up some previous licks.
Yep, or cap.
And then guy that definitely wants to be in this game show, Mastio, has the lowest share. Once again, the 10-point punt.
Who's hating?
Who did you?
Bro, your ops are broke.
Who did you piss off recently? They're clearly a.
Who didn't I?
I mean,
hey, I went to a regional together, and everyone said you were super nice, which is like
crazy,
weird to me.
Yeah. Who are those people?
I'm the Joker. Anyway,
and then 47% of the vote think that our guest is looking to go for the two-time.
The two-peat.
Yeah.
Double it or pass it to the next person.
I've done it before.
TommyNT, were you our
$1 a mystery gift?
Who's the liar, Andrew?
Who was the liar?
Was it you?
Question.
Was it you?
Or me?
Was it Marcio?
No.
Oh, then by happenstance, Mr. TommyNT has done it once again. Congratulations.
All right,
guys, if I have to go through main phase 1, battle phase, main phase 2 on deep savers, I'm going to jump. There is no way that would work.
Can you imagine, please?
I'm in the battle phase, so my stuff is affected.
I go straight up, yeah. Like, my DNA just wouldn't work.
To battle phase.
I must move to battle phase immediately.
I also it's just like,
yeah.
It would be like, in standby, I'll crack this delay and like move my guy, and then like
it would be chaos.
It would just be like the thing is like some cards like Digimon Emperor is like kind of a weird one because like he's like the counter to like the when moving stuff in a way.
Well, he's counter to stardom.
Yeah, he's like the counter to.
I guess
but, like,
breeding phase is kind of a standby phase.
Yeah, but then it would be like, oh, in draw phase, I'll pop your fucking Digimon Emperor, and then I'll standby, I'll move out. Imagine like you had like a delay that was like in the draw phase, delete a 3-cost tamer or some shit like that, you know? Like that's what we're opening up ourselves with.
Yeah,
it's just like,
I want to highlight Midikage in the YouTube chat said if Digimon gets more phases, Bandai will find a way to break it. Not being able to react to Blast Digivolve already makes one attacking enough of an internal debate. I feel like if you could react to Blast Digivolve after you've done all your stuff, that might make it the worst mechanic in Digimon ever.
If everyone was Dragon Mode.
Yeah, if everyone was Dragon Mode, you literally couldn't make Omnimon.
I hate aces that killed my chunk of aces in fucking trainings, killed my game.
Training killed your game.
If my opponent goes damage calc,
actually, we're in damage calc, so no response.
They just need to let everything.
I'll cast honest.
Do you remember? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you remember when everything was honest as like a joke? Now that
chain Kalu.
Damage step blast day, like fuck off, man.
Mastemon is like, ooh, during damage calculation, he's 30,000.
Yeah. Well, during it's Venusmon, it's like counter timing. If I was deleted before damage calc, like reduce their DP to 0.
It's also that like because in Digimon, like it just wouldn't work because say for example, like very basic example, right? Like you're trying to play past Omeka. You'd go
Royal Knights with fucking
yeah, Royal Knights would be broken. Because it'd be like
Knights with main phase too.
No, because you just go, well, I have to commit to the evolves here, which means that I just straight up lose to Omeka. I'll declare battle phase. Yep, I got Omeka. Main phase 2, I can't swing. It's just like sick. I can't push past the fucking. It's just like no shot, no way. Keep that shit out. If I wanted multiple like. I would play Yu-Gi-Oh! I would just go play Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! is awesome. Genesis, amazing.
Agumon's not in Yu-Gi-Oh! Fam.
You know who is? Dark Magician. I'll tell you who sells more cards.
Actually, I'd have to look that up.
Honestly,
cool.
It's even thinking about it like something from like a Vanguard thing, like not being able to go back is like, hey, said you were attacking. Run them hands with whatever you got on board.
Literally, after the opponent aces and you can't swing into the ace that's like on the board, it's just like diabolical.
My favorite was when Blast DNA made it a new target.
Yeah, the ace cards somehow got better. If aces weren't already good enough, they somehow got better.
The amount of times the Vanguard like twin drive. All right, I'm gonna pass the boost to my rookie, to my rear guard, and they go, OT on the first check, put it on Vanguard, and go, I guess I'll pass. Imagine that. And like I've got 8 memory. They've given me a
you're describing the new most. Imagine if security was that frustrating.
No, never. No. What I'll entertain when moving, because in some ways it is a silly like a counter to like
raising
hay or whatever.
Flop decks, yeah.
Yeah, like sure, when moving it to search, so like it's kind of neat.
Yeah, promotes you doing something in the game instead of making an OTK in the back.
This is the real mem gauge the room hot take. Get rid of tradings and get rid of aces. Make control decks interesting.
Yeah.
Counter timing is not a real no real control tool. It's bad and sloppy. Anyway.
Thank you everybody. That was our newest episode of Memory Gauge the Room. It's like a zombie we wheel out of the backyard. I had a bunch of these ready and I was like, I was this or Do You Know Ball? And I thought I'd save a Do You Know Ball for the holidays.
Oh. We should get an elusive guest on.
That would be fun. I think maybe we should get somebody who's kind of new to the space for the Digimon TCG. See how much ball they actually know.
I have a candidate.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
I'd rather subjecting them to like the nuances of Digimon. We'll subject them to the nuances of Digimon.
Yeah. Hey, lore heads. How many words on Vemmon BT11?
But yeah, whilst thinking about like cringe things and alternate formats, like we ran a standard format for our tournament. So whilst like it was great having Trix on off of his Bristol win, but what I'm gonna quickly do is gonna sub him out for our other guest, so we can get on the winner of the Misplay tournament. So just bear with me for a second. Yeah, there we go. We'll just get him gone. And
Thank God. I was just hoping, I was really excited to talk about our second guest. And TommyNT, this segment ran a little long. So,
okay, they've just joined the room now. So our second guest, the winner of the Misplay for Game case tournament.
Oh my God, Thomas Tex on the decks.
Hey guys, glad to be on the show.
Oh man, it's good to see you, buddy. How's the
Good to see you
plan?
too. I mean, it's pretty nice.
Does yours say champion? Mine says staff.
It says winner. You designed that.
Oh, I designed it. It does say winner. I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be so. Listen, we had our fun. I'm gonna be so annoying. We're the second biggest TO in Britain. And we had a bigger tournament than Store Regionals this fall.
Yeah. If only they would let us give people invite.
Yeah, if only they would let us do a lot more with the card game. Bandai, please just let people work on events and run events and manage all this stuff, because clearly grassroots Digimon is out there.
Counterpoint. Let's get rid of invites. They don't work.
But the One Piece players.
I think invites, as much as I kind of like them, they're generally bad for the game of Digimon. I think the player base is generally more casual, and it's a big disincentivizer to the casually competitive person to attend. I think invites have done more harm than good. Even though I think it's fun to play for something that is like this arbitrary point of value, no good for the health of the game.
I think I would have preferred it if it was done the way the NA Nats was, barring obviously the logistical issues they had where they messed up their buys. I think it would have been cool if Invite was just like a round 2
skip
buy.
rounds.
Like if you just got a round 2 buy and it was just like one big tournament, because I feel like when you turn it into an LCQ, a lot of people, there's the extra pressure of it, but then there's also like, we're going to have a smaller tournament in day 2 where people aren't playing for as big. It doesn't feel as prestigious. Yes, obviously everyone that's there is good, but like I'd rather low-key win an 800-person tournament than a 200-person tournament of people that had won other events.
It's also like, the other thing is they could have made it like top 32s instead of 16s. I think like
it's weird that they say finalist on the stamps for your cards. Yeah, 100%. I thought that at Gen Con.
I think it's part of it is because like the game is not big enough, but I think like I've always said that there are a lot of good players that are capable of getting like a top 32. It just means that like they just didn't have a good of a run, but that doesn't mean that they're not a good player.
Or their tiebreakers were grief.
Oh yeah, the time like 2 times now this year that I was in the bubble because of a percentile thing, and like half of it is my fault. I should have won the game, but like if you get top 32, that should account for something.
Yeah. Hey man, I hear you.
even making day 2 top 32, I think would be a lot more interesting.
I think some of the concerns are like venue times, right? Like because they know for like with finals, it's weird because finals is like it's a full weekend. Like I guess like this Dusseldorf stuff is basically 3 days, right? It's like the first 3-day Digimon stuff.
Yeah,
like it's LCQs, then day 1, then day 2.
You got like run, that's a lot of Digimon.
Yeah, to get that many more people in for that many games, you start to approach like Konami, MTG, like Pokemon sized tournaments where like they run 3 days standard now.
Yeah,
that you guess what, like 12 rounds of Swiss day 1 or something ridiculous.
Yeah. Pokemon is pretty similar in 2025. Pokemon is so bad they changed the time rules and it still hasn't solved much of the problems.
Because the time rules sucked.
Yeah, well, it did speed it up so they get out of the venue faster on day 3, but it's not helpful. I don't know. If invites are here to stay, I understand the merit to it. I think the other thing is that they don't like people registering for one game and then just taking their freebies. I think you should have to be able to show your deck and play. Like I'll never get over what's it called? Last year's Nats, where my like round 2 was sat next to someone who like she sat at the table, waited till they got the prizing packs, and then shook hands with the opponent and left to go watch people play One Piece. And I was like, dang, that's not a good sign. So
yeah, Elo assassination. Well, not even assassination this one. That's just straight up Elo terrorism happening in EU Nats last year. So like, I'm glad that this is a fix, but it definitely feels like an overcorrection.
Yeah.
But then again, we just had Bristol, and at Bristol there were no shows round 1, and then table 2. The only reason I'm on camera for table 2, despite the fact that I was also rank 1, is because the table 1 matchup was a guy versus a no-show, because the no-show got a bye in round 1, so it wasn't caught that they were a no-show until round 2, where they no-showed. So the guy that was sitting on table 1 got a free win in round 2. So like clearly the attendance issues are still a problem in Digimon.
Yeah.
But then again, Bristol also happened during a storm that had people stranded in other parts of the country. We nearly died.
Yeah,
Great
it was
time.
not a winner. I was not having a fun time.
We had a
Drive
great time.
True.
Sonic karaoke goes crazy.
True.
Me and Jumbo were just like singing along. I think Jamie was trying to sleep.
Jamie was
Kessel
unconscious. I don't understand how he did it.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Give me 2 secs though, gang,
We had
because
to-
while we're talking about our very exciting take for the Misplay for Game Case tournament, I thought this could be a fun one. We're gonna wrap up in a little bit, but I thought it might be a cool one to do one of those little tier list look backs that we like to do sometimes,
Oh,
where you compare how good we said the decks that we thought were gonna be. You know, it was basically Britain's only EX10 tournament, right?
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and find that VOD. 1 second. I bet you if I just search EX10 Digimon tier list on YouTube, nothing will happen,
Yeah.
right? Oh my god, my computer's on fire! Who could have seen this coming? Oh god, what's the timestamp I have to jump to before we move? Why do we do that to ourselves where we move things randomly and I have to remember the real ranking?
Because we must bait engagement from everyone, including ourselves in future.
Yeah, I'm being fucking chumped right now. All right, I'm gonna take a screenshot of me. I'll put it in the live chat so you can pull it up, Andrew.
Excellent.
Wow, this tier list is hilarious. So how close were we? So Fish won the whole thing. I think we put it in strong picks. Sorry, well, Jesmon is a strong pick. This is the best screenshot I could get. I like to think this really captures the vibe of a.
I love your face.
Tom's is like the realization of I can't believe that this is going on the internet. Marcio is I can't believe this is going on the internet, and this is like the this is going on the internet.
Okay, but like Fish winning doesn't take away from. I still think it's a strong pick, but like it's like
Really strong.
well, when you put one of the few good pilots on the deck who was like, I'm going to play for fun, and then wins the whole event, you know.
Yeah, I'll never get over that. That was
It's
so
also
funny.
that like. I mean, not to take away from Trix's win because, like, obviously Deep Saver sweep, but like he didn't face against Gallant.
I see how it is. I'm carried. I get it.
Bro just doesn't. Well, it's because you
Has
don't like
no
how Galamon plays right now.
personality.
No personality. I only win.
No personality,
I
and
got it.
you steal your decks,
Mhm.
and
This is also true. I've been net decking so
you
much.
just net deck, and
Yeah.
you only win because you're lucky.
Mm-hmm. This
If
is
you
all
never
true.
break.
I still, you know, I'm very happy it was the homies towards the end. But
He's okay
man,
with Adventure, by the way, move that shit down.
Adventure was good in EX10. It's just shitty now. No, I think in EX10 Adventure was saucy.
There's a smoke in the room of us right now, Tom.
Yeah, listen, if I'm looking at this right, the one we really should have had is how the fuck did we justify to ourselves putting Purple Hybrid that
Wait,
far
I'm
down?
gonna put my face when strong pick was actually strong. Fish. I mean, that's what I mean. I think any of the decks in strong pick could have maybe won the event. Maybe not Chimera. I'm sorry. I was a little bit
Dude, there
opiate.
was a Chimera Dark Sphere yesterday. It was awesome. He was cooking until like round 3, and then he got mogged by Hoodie.
Okay, so he cooked for the average tournament length of a locals, and then when he had to
and
stop
then he
playing
hit
out
a
of
Hoodie Mon and imploded.
yeah, and then imploded.
I think Dorbik was a really fun one. Dorbik was still good in VT23 because that deck actually doesn't give a shit about the format ever.
I don't know why Derek
Okay.
just doesn't play it. Like for.
Well, he
or,
tried
like,
it.
Yeah.
Well, he tried it. Has he considered trying
Okay.
again?
What I do know is when we make our BT23 tier list, half of the shit is just getting fucking knocked down.
Well, yeah,
More than
yeah.
half. There's gonna be
the
big-
rules. The
Oh,
rules
yeah.
are it either has to get a new card or it has to have had a top in the most recent format, and a lot of this shit.
We're gonna include
the
Sakuya format because we know that's legal for
Yeah.
KBeeDS, right?
That's
so
a new
BT23.
card. That's a new card.
Yeah, our BT23 one will be in the Sakuyamon format that no one would have tested because the cards won't physically be with us at all.
I feel pretty good about this though.
And then it'll just be Dina. Dina will show up begrudgingly. Okay, I guess I'll win, and then we'll get another KnT. Oh wait, no, Dina, she's in Omni X now. Fuck, we don't get free Vs anymore.
Yeah, Mina's busy. Yeah, but it's Omnix, like Asterix and Obelix. That's a banger, dude. I like our top. No, I actually don't think our format defining order is that bad. I think Purple Hybrid's too low. Obviously, Billy's the goat, but like,
oh yeah, there it is.
We put it next to Galacticmon and Omni.
Is it too low? It lost to a strong pick.
It did lose to a strong pick, yeah. I think it's fun that we basically BXN was a million purple decks, but we like nailed the purple order. Leviamon's the best purple. Cerberus good stuff, literally like Cerberus good stuff, like Loop Slop was second place at Bristol. Beelzemon got top 16. There are Bagra players,
had an incredible
I hear.
weekend, and it's winning stuff in Asia.
And Virus, Malo is still an alright deck.
Still winning stuff in Asia.
Yeah, still winning stuff in Asia.
It got a top in Utrecht as well.
Yeah, and Virus Imperial, same shtick. It's had a couple of pieces like top 2. It got a top 4 at DC1 literally last weekend.
I'm so happy that Bagra wasn't the bottom of format defining purple decks. I'm so happy with that. This is the one time that my shit burst.
Oh,
I didn't even burn my cope pick on it. I was just adamant that this was the correct place for it.
Can I say, I'm looking at this now, gang. I think we all had a hidden cope pick we all shared, which is Diaboromon.
Yeah.
I still think that deck is good.
Yeah, I still think it's good. It's done nothing.
Where are the players?
Johnny was bored. Johnny didn't believe. When Mozart doesn't want to touch the piano, what am I supposed to do?
When I was down in London talking to people,
a better piano.
Yeah, I got questions from people like, "Is Johnny still playing Bloom?" And I was like, "Well, he likes go wide decks." And it's like Diabora, and he went, "No, he's not."
Okay.
If Johnny isn't playing it, you know it's not good enough.
No.
He's not a measuring stick for good decks anymore.
Bees has tops.
Bees has tops compared to Diaboromon.
Okay,
we got it real wrong.
Do you remember that bit where like Jamie Minikill Conquest was like imagining cards to like lose to? That's what Johnny does. He's just like, oh, but I'll just like lose to this like random thing. It's like, don't worry.
Okay. Johnny has actual results to back him up. Jamie, I love him to bits.
It's the airplane. Where's the fucking Survivor? I will bring out the Survivor bias airplane.
Oh my god, you guys, how the hell did I let you guys put Belphemon next to Sakuyamon in EX10?
I've been told that deck is real. I don't know.
What the hell? Yeah, but this was before the Phascomon.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what you were talking about.
Wait, no, it depends.
When we made this video, it was October 10th.
Was this pre-DGO?
DGO was legal.
Oh, okay, then never mind. We're good.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
I was gonna crash out.
There you go. So Survivor bias airplane. It's literally that. That should be the server icon, by the
the Survivor bias airplane. We keep saying we might have to do something about the Vmon, which is lifted art from the card game, but hey, maybe we'll just put Vmon in a plane getting shot down. Misplay for plane.
Yeah, that'll go over real well when I talk to the Bandai reps.
Yeah.
Anyway,
any other slop we got obviously wrong in EX10?
No, it's perfect.
No,
we're good.
Why the hell? Why is Birds that good?
Because Birds is good.
Oh, too many hits.
It's in strong picks and it's better than puppets.
No, I'm sorry.
It could have won the event.
Well,
I have to commentate.
If you'd been bored on a different deck, it could have won the event.
Was it
if Rich was like, I'll lock in on Birds.
Was that supposed to be
Birds? The problem is, if I was locking in on Birds, I was playing the Ancient Garu pile, which did not work.
Oh, with the time at that was so
cool. That was so cool, right?
That was so cool.
Fucking Seb, don't mention Crossart. Okay, listen. Crossart needed 23 to thrive, okay? EX10 too diverse, too much slop.
No, you know what it was?
Crossart good against Royal Knight. Yes.
You know what it is? We needed DM to be less popular. DM was everywhere in EX10.
I think
it's
Hoodie
actually allowed more decks back into the format. It's why Bagra works in this format, because there's fewer DM players.
DM being like the biggest fall off of the like other than Hero, which is a do nothing miserable shit pile that has stayed bad. No, it's like everyone's fourth pick for a good red deck, and that's a bad place to be. He's just not even tagged.
Just you wait till we get the Dogach fucking promo.
Is Dogach hero tagged? Is Dogach hero tagged?
Marcio hasn't read the Dogach.
Because Marcio, Gaiamon
I guarantee you that's not hero tagged.
Gaiamon isn't hero tagged either.
Is regular Dogach hero tagged?
Yeah, he is, and the 5 is. The 6 is.
He's a super search.
Any other tags? Ass. He's ass.
I hate Atmon. I'm quiet about it on this show. I hate Atmon.
Atmon is so peak.
Super search, sat nav, fucking text your mom. She's lonely on Mother's Day. Don't be an ass. You're that scuffed ass garbage. Oh, I hate Atmon.
Peak. Atmon is so sick.
Anyway, other than Hero, which had to have gone somewhere to fall off, I suppose. Like, where did the DM players go this format? Because there's just like none.
They lose to Hoodie, and they're fighting the Green Goblin Master.
Does DM lose to Hoodie that bad? I thought the Vademon helped a lot.
If you're faster, which they never are.
I guess so.
The worst thing is if you they can bounce Artamer.
Emperor, right?
Yeah, you have to find Emperor, but if you don't like stop the flow of Tamers continuously coming down with Vademon, him getting rid of Artamer doesn't matter when you have like 5 or 6 on the board.
All right. Honestly,
shout outs to the
that being said,
Digimon scene, by the way.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, shout outs to I was actually not getting the tier list that wrong. I was expecting it to be worse on one of these comparisons.
We are always correct. Every time people doubt
never been wrong
we are
once.
proven to be correct.
Yeah, we actually are the chroniclers. We've been making the game available for everyone to follow up on this whole time.
Can we ban Seb?
If someone's still on Twitch, if they got like
Danielson,
if they got like 3,000 channel points, you can time out Seb for like 5 minutes.
If you guys want to time out the guy that keeps printing, what the fuck, Crackmon is Hackmon. Get rid of that before VT24 comes out. I'd appreciate it.
We all want to remember Hackmon is actually Hookmon.
Yeah, I actually can't believe I'm going to say this, but I prefer the little red Digimon to the app. And I've never gone to bat for Hookmon once. Hey, speaking of going to bat, thank you to everybody who showed up to our Misplay event. We appreciate the heck out of you. Thanks to everyone who tuned in here today. It's been really nice. Thanks for contributing channel points and your time for our game shows. Hoping to do a little bit more of that in Big 26. Got a couple announcements and little housekeeping stuff before we wrap up tonight. Follow us on MCRDTCG on X the Everything app. Because the impressions are good, gang, and it would help us all out if you would do that. That would be tight. Follow Andrew. He's at KnTElixar on Twitter. Marcio is at KBeeDS. You actually have your own tag, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then I'm at the TommyNT. Please follow us on there. That would be a big fan. I'd help out a lot. That'd be nice. That'd be cool. We're doing stuff that might be beneficial for us. Thank you. Let's see. We got some guest stuff coming up later in the year, so make sure you're following the Discord. You can find that. You can still find us on a Google search, which is kind of tight. But it's in the descriptions on all of Andrew's YouTube videos. Check those out. If you want to check out the rest of the Bristol stuff, make sure you're a channel member. You can see the VODs early.
Yeah, nearly up to 100 members, which would be very cool.
It'd be hype.
If we can finish out the month with 100 members. I know that number crashed, but a screenshot will go crazy in the Discord. Like us on Spotify and all that as well. If you're listening on Spotify,
yes,
I know it's been a while. We're going to try and get back to being regular as soon as we can. Really, obviously, Christmas periods, all that. But I think we've got another one booked next week, and then January we're going to be consistent. But if you got a Twitch Prime burning a hole in your pocket, you can turn the overlay blue. It gives you access to emotes here on Twitch, gives you some mono coins to gamble away foolishly. And yeah, appreciate everyone that's been supporting us, everyone that said hi, everyone that came to the case tournament, got signed cards and all that good stuff. And yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Take a picture of your signed cards somewhere funny for us. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Also, everyone that I got to speak to at the regional, I took pictures. I forgot my Sharpie this time. That is on me. If you're at Nats, I will sign cards for you because I will not forget my Sharpie.
Tommy Tricks, you want to plug anything?
I don't really have anything to plug that I haven't plugged already.
Do you want to plug the YouTube for the Golden Muttley runs?
I haven't been doing them recently.
That's 'cause you've been too busy winning.
Because we need to buy you another golden motley
Maybe-
for the championship that
we
you just
do.
won.
We do. Maybe if I'm doing it more recently, if I do speedruns again soon, I will plug it if I'm ever back on the channel. But for
Right.
now, YouTube is there if you want to watch previous runs. My records have all been smashed at this point. I'm too busy winning tournaments apparently.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Making some banger
Yeah.
shorts as well.
Yeah.
You
I
got
need to make
anything-
more.
You got anything else, Marcio? Before we wrap up.
Me and Trix are working on a Hoodie video.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
We're doing the Hoodie masterclass.
And that
that
one
going
will be
on-
significantly more legible than the one that's on our.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that on
I
the
just-
KBeeDS account?
Yeah, it'll probably be. It was we were supposed to get it started today, but
Yeah. What happened about that?
low key, I thought the podcast was yesterday because I was like, oh, I'll go play Genesis and then I'll come to do the podcast. And then I was like, oh wait, Tom is playing. And then I came home and I had Wazuchi and my tummy was very full and I conked out.
Real.
There's me sitting at my desk for 10 hours waiting for Marcio to contact me.
That'll
My bad.
happen. You get used to it.
This is why
Uh,
Marcio gets pinged in the requests, and me and Tom set up a lot of the podcast stuff.
Oh, shoutouts to Diet for coming second at their Star Regional, by the way.
Yeah, big.
And didn't get an invite because
That's
the
depressing.
invite system sucks.
Wait, really?
That they didn't have enough players
Is
to
it-
give out a second invite. So only first
He
got
got green.
invite.
That you know what? Yeah.
But Flo-
Invites suck.
But we put Diet in the hyperbolic time chamber and it worked.
Yeah, so join the Misplay for Game Discord. We got some actual shooters in
Metafy
there.
soon.
We got some real
Yeah.
shooters in there.
You didn't do any of the coaching. I did the coaching. I
It's
should
not
be
my
talking about my metaphor.
Ow, Misplay for Game Metafy.
Oh, you're right.
I'll help you find
Alright.
a one of. Marcio and Trix will help you pilot it.
Let's give the people what they're looking for.
Yeah, the bonus content that will be coming out immediately for the champion level members. We got more of you. I know you guys have been waiting for it for a long time. You're finally going to get some. And just in case you were wondering, Marcio will not be in it. But yeah, the thing that everyone's been waiting for so long.
Give the
Thanksgiving.
You know what? I forgot that on this scene it doesn't have audio. You can try it again.
Baba Booey, he screwed me. He screwed